Well, I guess God. I'm not sure. I haven't read the
so then
entire
I'm
Bible.
doing
I'm
the
working
Lord's
on
work.
it.
I'm actually doing the Lord's
No,
work then.
really? That's
If he
quite
created
a mature
Satan,
way of looking at it, but okay.
is it?
That's
He
like
created
that's
Satan.
like a fifth grader's.
Homongo.
You are connected as the host. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
most days of the week. And he'll be there schooling some ignorant creep or catch him on a gaming whim. But this ain't a game to him. You could be a Bradley's baddie too. You could be a Bradley's baddie too. So join Jovan and get your critical cap on. There's a Bradley's baddie inside of me and you.
Oh, hey. Hi, crew. What's poppin'? Slime? What up, Slime? I'm doing my hair. Well, I'm taking it out because my electrician's on the way to do my hair. What y'all up to? Huh? What y'all doing? Y'all chilling? Welcome to stream. We're here to debate. 219-327-8005. We do have Pillow on deck screening. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you comment. Do what you gotta do. My Friday so far, I haven't really done anything yet, so, you know, it just is, a Friday just is, you know? Sounds a bit low. How about now? How do I sound now? Leo with the first Venmo of the day. I know it hurts your feelings, liberal, but Mecha Velociraptor Jesus is our savior. That's crazy. Damn, this shit is getting long. Look at that. Golly. Two 219-327-8005. You guys want to hear the topics today? They're the same as they've always been. Oh, birthday redeem? All right, we got a birthday redeem. Where's my birthday songs? Here they are. Here you go, birthday redeem, birthday song.
You could be a birthday baddie too. A very happy baddie birthday to you.
You know, I have my AirPods in order to do my hair stuff. And god damn, they do not connect well to Windows PCs. Like, the sound is very choppy. I got a bunch of videos queued up working from home. Sick. Did y'all see Trump's bogus lawsuit against the Southern Poverty Law Center? Like, the most bogus lawsuit I've ever seen. Or indictment, sorry. The most bogus indictment I've ever seen in my life. God damn, this administration wants so hard to do fascism. That they're like, hey, yo, let's just indict these people for quite literally nothing. Gonna be the quickest fucking lawsuit I've ever seen. Are you done with 7 Days to Die? Like, sick of it? Oh yeah, I've been sick of that game for a while. We played so much of it, me, Jimmy, Luthien, and Jimmy's brother, that now I'm just like, game bores me. God is not evil? He absolutely is, Sean. Call him and talk about it. Sadman sucks ass. Yeah, not in the fun way either. Ugh, next time my lactation comes, I gotta do a... You'll never win the majority unless you entertain women in wombs. The majority of people support trans people, you weirdo. Just because y'all are the vocal minority doesn't mean shit. Just admit you like trans women. It would be so much easier than getting on the internet and looking a fool. Why do you not do barrel twists? I don't know what the fuck those are. My lactician just does what my lactician does. Ask her when she gets here why I don't do barrel twists. I don't know. You gotta ask her. How the fuck should I know? Fuck I look like knowing stuff. You know, I wish there was an easier way to fucking undo these. Golly. What's your favorite dinosaur? OG T-Rex, BB. In the UK, trans women are still legally men. Cool. Because the law definitely tells us all the correct things in the world, doesn't it? What an amazing appeal. It's an abomination. So's your haircut, but you know, we let that slide. There's people calling to me and screened right now. I can already tell this dude is a loony. Homie, you use the word loony unironically. Come on now. Like, let's just be for real here. Like, you unironically use the phrase loony. Like, what the fuck? Oh, because I got a fucked up head, Yoshi. That's why I don't do those. I got a fucked up scalp. Oh, call lines are open. My bad. It said they were closed, but they were open this whole time. Oh, something about a nice untwist, like your hair, like your head feels like it ain't felt in forever. You been on that debate grind this week? Yeah, just wait till tonight. Me and Jimmy have a planned debate. It's the first episode of Dual Logs on The Line. I don't know what channel he's doing it on. Does he already have the event up? Is it on The Line or is it on Jimmy's channel? Yeah, it's on Jimmy's channel. Go peep it. Me and Jimmy are versing two MAGAs in a new and interesting format. So you guys are going to be able to call in. It's sort of a debate. The debate is going to be like town hall style. So you guys get to call in and pose the debate questions for the sides. So that's tonight at 7 Eastern. Do you know the people you're dating? I've seen Eurotravel's YouTube, and it is like legitimately. I told Jimmy, I feel like we're bullying. If this is the like, I low key, it's gonna feel like we're bullying. Like it's going straight up feel like bullying. I can't even hold you.
Okay, one second. My lactation's here. I had to make sure I unlock my door. And then my headphones turned off, so see if I can get those turned back on. And now I can't hear anything. And now my audio system. Okay. There we go. We're back. What up, Reese? My bad. I totally blanked on taking these out last night. All right. So we already got a call. So we're going to take this call and see how this goes. Hopefully these headphones survive. Anyway. All right, coming up first to stream is Patrick. Patrick is calling to talk about gender-affirming care for minors. Let's see what Patrick has to say. Patrick, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Yeah, I'm Patrick, and I'm 35, and I'm a man.
Sorry, Patrick, are you driving?
I'm driving, yeah.
Okay, I don't talk to people who are driving. It's unsafe. Focus on the road. Goodbye, Patrick. Focus on the road, homie. What kind of universe are we in right now? It might have been a neat crash out, but homie was not focused on the road. There's some other people in the queue, so we'll get through those people in the queue and we'll see. Wait until the year after college, community college ticket. She was actually such a good decision for me, to be fair. That's fine. And that's good that it was a good decision for you. But you had the decision, right? People need to be able to have that decision. First of all, why are you scrolling YouTube shorts if you're driving to begin with? What? Drive. What are you doing? Need a pronoun counter for each show? Ooh. Ooh. I'm probably going to take the goal off the screen. So that might be a place we can put it. Pronoun crash out counter every show. Because I was thinking about taking the goals off screen because I don't really think we need them anymore. Ian, thank you for the PayPal. Said, I hear Kalshi has good odds on a cat ear crash out during your debate with Eurotravel and Truck Nuts tonight, LOL. Is Truck Nuts that dude's name? Is that the other guy? Is that his name? Is his name Truck Nuts? That's funny. That would be fucking hilarious. What do you guys think? Replace the goal with a crash out counter? What do we think? I think that might be the move. Squad. I could probably make it so that mods could control the crash out counter too if I just give them. I could actually make it so mods could control a bunch of stuff from stream if I ever felt like it. We don't be hitting the goal no more anyway. Well, YouTube does. Twitch don't be. Actually, it's probably all the time. People scrolling TikTok or Reels or whatever while driving during mid-high speed dense traffic is insane, and then in like the rain. Yeah, I don't understand why you're scrolling on YouTube Shorts when you're driving, fam. Eyes on the road, dog. Euro and Travel. Yeah, Euro and Travel is the main dude. He like called Jimmy out, and so Jimmy was like, "Okay, so come debate us." And we've been trying to plan to do the debate. It's annoying. All right, we have 3 people in the calling queue, so hopefully they get screened quick. We'll get those people in, and then we'll get hitting with a debate. I did see Bad's call on. I watched Bad call Takis last night, homie. How he gonna straight up lie and be like, they were so rude to me and mean to me? You called, didn't answer a question I asked you at the start of the show, and then ranted for 20 minutes, and we just let you rant. We ain't even say nothing. Like, what? All right, now we got a call. All right, let's do this next one. Coming up is Isaiah. Isaiah is calling to talk about gender-affirming care for minors. So let's see how Isaiah defends the topic. Isaiah, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns. Isaiah, hello. Bueller. Isaiah going once. Isaiah going twice. Isaiah going 3 times. You literally just got off with the screener. There's no way you're not there. Okay, we're dropping him back to queue. I'll see if Pillow can see if he's still in there. Like, quite literally, second he got done with the screener, I answered the phone. So I don't know where you went. I don't know how you disappeared. Oh, Jess, if you're in the screening queue, could you see if Isaiah's thing is working? I know you were hanging out in the screening queue. Imagine we had a cat ear crash out now and I'm not even wearing them. Crazy. I thought he was muted. Nope, he was up. Not muted. Not on my end, anyway. My audio is still working, so. Wasn't me this time. I'm gonna crash out because you're not wearing them. $6,000. I'll put them back on. No, I'm just kidding. Isaiah's getting a snack. That's crazy. Jovan, cat ear tattoo when? $5,000 goal, and I'll get a cat ear tattoo. I'll get a tramp stamp of it. Picture that. All right, should we try Isaiah again? I mean, we could try him again. See, Jovan is a hardcore capitalist, 100%. A cat ear above each nipple is actually fucking insane, bro. It's actually insane. 219-327-8005, y'all. If you want to debate, that's the call-in number. I don't know what's taking y'all so long to pick up the phone. Tattoo a third eye on yourself? Crazy. Javon, you still streaming on Twitch and YouTube? Yeah. Yeah. Always, bro. I only have till like probably till like 3 today, so we only have like 2 more hours to take calls. So we'll see if we get any. Get the comedian's tattoo, a leg on your arm. Okay. All right, let's just see if that Isaiah person is available. So we're gonna try again, see if they're there. Isaiah, are you there? Hello. Hello. Bueller. Hello. I mean, is my audio on Google just not working? Could that be what's going on? Let's pull up a YouTube video and test. How about this short of Jimmy and Promise?
This pronoun.
Okay, so it's not me. It isn't me. I don't know what to tell you. We tried to take a call. What's your favorite type of cheese? I don't fucking know. A nice smoked Gouda. We heard the driver. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we heard the driver, so it's definitely not me. Dude, I have my business email for like shit, and I'm about to put in there just to wait for it to auto respond and be like, I'm not ever going to promote AI driven products or brands. Sorry, it is not happening. I don't care what money you're offering me. I'm not going to make a video promoting your AI brand. Yeah, Fuzzy, I don't know what's up with that debate clock. I've tried. It just doesn't work. It will read other inputs. It won't read an input from Chrome. Maybe if I open it in a different browser. Maybe if I open the debate clock in a different browser, that wouldn't work. Hold on, Fuzzy. Hold up. Your man's just thought of something. I hadn't tried that yet. The only other browser I have right now is Microsoft Edge. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Load audio devices. My mic, and let the caller be timer. And then I need to open up a YouTube video and hit play. And if this works, egg on my face, because we could have used this for when Bad called the other day.
You believe in evolution, don't
That
you?
works.
Ethnicity
Fuzzy.
and race are
Hey, Fuzzy, that
completely different things. Ethnicity
So
and race
what's
are
it-
not
What's the
the same thing.
relationship?
And what you are describing, the way they
That's
are tracking
crazy.
you through,
That's
is based
crazy,
on
bro.
the fact that there are certain
No way, dude. No way, dog. That's all I had to do was open it in another browser. Maybe that'll help you diagnose why it breaks on Chrome now, at least, Fuzzy. Anyway. We have another call calling in, so let's take it. All right, coming up is Alex. Alex is calling about topic number 2, trans men and women being men and women. Alex, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
I am 19 and I am he, him.
All right, 19, he, him. All right, Alex. Now, Alex, I do believe trans men and women are men and women. Do you disagree? And if so, why?
I disagree because they were biologically the other gender at birth.
because they're biologically the other gender at birth. What does that mean? Gender is not a biological trait.
Yeah, it is. If you're born a male, you're a male. I was
Okay, I
born
thought we
with
were-
a wiener.
Okay,
I'm a
so
male.
I'm gonna ask you to do something. I'm sure you've got Google on your phone. Type in the word male into Google and
I
ask
don't have
Google
Google on
if
my
that's.
phone.
Okay, goodbye. I don't need to talk to trolls today. See you.
What the fuck? I didn't even say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to talk to trolls, homie. I don't have Google on my phone. Goodbye. It's 2026. Okay. Oh, by the way, I've started the new source document. It's actually going to be sick. The way I've decided that I'm going to split it up is I'm going to essentially build myself a debate like guide, and I'm going to build it, and then you guys can click on it, and it's basically going to be for me, but then you'll get to see it. But yeah, I'm not debating somebody who goes, I don't have Google on my phone. Goodbye. Every phone's got Google on it. Go to your fucking Safari. Go to your whatever. Fuck you think you is. I don't have Uno on my Xbox. That's what that was just now. I have the oldest phone known to man. I don't have Uno on my phone. Oh, Yoshi, you're nicer than I am. Because I'm doing this. Yeah, what did you quote? Oh, it's a comment from YouTube. Okay. Yeah, YouTube chat is not the smartest chat in the world. You have Uno. It comes free on Xbox. So many baby adults calling him with strong, stupid opinions lately. True. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. We got only 127 likes on YouTube. What y'all doing? Y'all don't want calls? Okay, just submit. Just say you don't want calls. But if OBS is giving you issues as well as the GPU and browser, OBS, I don't use OBS. OBS ain't giving me issues. You can't just make up your own world. Why not? What a way to talk about your fans over here. You'll survive. I'm reading the comments and they aren't the most what's the word I'm looking for? interesting today. We're stupid and we are aware of this fact. Ayo, self-awareness is goated, my G. I wish more conservatives were that self-aware. All right, we got people calling in. Some people who've called multiple times, so we need to see what that's like. Y'all need to hit them super chats on YouTube too. Hit them. You know that gets the algorithm pumping. And when the algorithm be pumping, we be dumping. Wait, pause. Resume. Y'all, I can't believe I was able to condense that like 20-minute innuendo conversation the other day into a 3-minute reel. Crazy. All right, we got a call. Let's see how it is. All right, coming up next is Shiloh. Shiloh's calling in to talk about topic number 2, trans men and women being men and women. Shiloh, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
My name's Shiloh. My age is 33, and my pronouns are she, her.
Okay, now Shiloh, are you calling because you disagree with the topic, or are you calling to talk about like something different?
I'm calling. I do disagree in a way, but I have sort of a comment and something that I kind of wanted clarification on, if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So my whole spiel goes like this. When we think about like gender, we'd probably agree that there's like good reasons and bad reasons to identify as something, right?
There's good reasons and bad reasons to identify as something. Okay.
Like, would you agree with that, do you think?
I don't know. Be more specific.
Okay. So like if I was saying I identify as a woman and you said, oh, okay, why do you identify as a woman? And I said, because I'm a bad person. That would be like a misogynist reason for me to identify
Because
as
you're
a woman,
a bad
right?
person? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Exactly.
I would say that's a bad. I don't actually think that works because like, just because you're a bad person, how does that mean you identify as something?
Yeah,
You're saying if
exactly. It would
people
be
are
like
just
a non sequitur.
lying?
No, I'm saying if I said that, this is a hypothetical. So like if I said,
What would I care
if
if
I
you
said
identify
I'm a
as a woman because
woman,
you're a bad person? Like, who cares?
well, you would think it was incorrect, right?
Is it incorrect? Why would it be incorrect? Bad
Do you
people
think it's
can't
correct?
identify as
Do you
women?
think? Well, you think that if someone said I identify as a woman because I'm a bad person, you'd say that person is correct?
I'd say the because doesn't make sense. Like that sentence doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense, and so like their identity would be invalid in that case, right?
Well, it doesn't make sense because that's not how identity works.
So people can't have reasons for their identity.
That's not what I said.
Well, I don't understand. Like, what part of my hypothetical is like confusing?
All of it. It doesn't make sense because it's not
Okay,
how
so
identity works.
sure. Let me start over. If you met someone who said they identify as a woman, okay, and you asked, why do you identify as a woman? And they said, well, I identify as a woman because I'm a bad person. And if I'm a bad person, therefore I must be a woman. You would say to that person, that's misogynist, right?
I would say that doesn't make sense based on how we know gender identity works.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So that gender identity would be invalid, right?
I wouldn't call it a gender identity. I'd say I don't know what you're talking about because that's not how it works. I don't know why you want me to like
Right.
why you want me to conform. Sure, in a worldview in which that was how gender identity works, sure, I would probably say that's weird. But gender identity doesn't work that
Well,
way. So like the worldview is just inconsequential to me.
well, it's not a worldview. It's like their profession of their own gender would be incorrect. Correct?
When I say worldview, I mean the world you're painting me right now. That's not a world. That's not a reality that exists. Because that's not how
Yeah,
gender identity works.
It's a hypothetical.
I understand it's a
that's
hypothetical. That's why I said in a reality in which that's the way that worked. Yeah, I would say it's silly. Just like if you were like, oh, don't you think it'd be cool to fly? Yes, in a reality in which flight existed, it would be pretty cool if I could fly.
Yeah, and see, I am asking you a question like that. I'm asking you
Yes,
to
I'm
engage with
saying in a
hypothetical where
fictional world where that was how it worked. Yes, I would say that's silly.
you would say that that person's gender is invalid then.
In a fictional world where that's how it worked, yes.
Okay, great. So then that's one hypothetical. So
What's
it
the
seems
purpose
like
of the
there's good
hypothetical?
reasons. Oh, I can explain. So it seems like there's good reasons and bad reasons to identify as a gender.
No,
Like we can
in
agree on
your
that now.
fictional world. No, because I told you that this is a fictional world in which gender identity does not work that way. So, like, no,
Well,
we
it's
can't
a
actually
hypothetical
agree.
that it's a hypothetical that reveals like that some people
What
could have.
what you're telling to me right now is like you're going, well, in a fictional world, if you could fly, that'd be cool, right? And I'd be like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So why don't you fly right now? Because that's not how
No, that's
our
not
world
all.
works.
That's not all what my. That's not
It
all
is
what my
actually.
hypothetical is like.
It
It's
is
not.
actually.
I
It
promise.
is actually.
It's okay if you don't. It's okay if
Can-
you don't understand. Here, I can try it again.
The condescension is
so, like-
not needed, first of all, Shiloh. If you want to continue to be condescending, you can take it somewhere else. I understand your hypothetical. I'm saying gender identity in our current world, the way it works in the brain, does not work that way. So and they left. So they admitted they wanted to just be condescending. Like, please get the fuck out of here, dog. So you can admit to my crazy hypothetical that that's how our reality works? No, I can't, because it's not. And you admit, like, proving you want to be bad faith. Like, what the fuck? That's funny. Ayo, I caught the super chats, y'all. I'll put them in the queue so we can read them in a second. Hilarious. Well, it's just a little silly, right? Like, maybe operate in the current worldview. Where I have a feeling that was going to be, well, they can't be trans if they don't have gender dysphoria. That's where I feel that was going. Which is just such a stupid position. I don't even know how to accurately describe to you how stupid that position is. Lim Strudel, if you're gonna just be terrified to call in, just admit it. They're always like, I'd call in and school this clown, but he'd find a way to structure an argument as if he's right. Homie, that's just called being correct. What do you mean? If I structure my argument in such a way that it defeats your argument and you can't defeat mine, that means I had the better argument. Hate to break it to you. Learn how arguments work next time, maybe. Oh, my headphones are doing that thing again. Shadow Miner said, I refused to super chat. Damn, I failed. Yeah, you did. A Pazman, I'm not setting the voice changer up right now. A Pazman said, Shadow Miner only and what? Shadow Miner only an idiot would fall for that. Oh, I get it. And then Toe said, if you're changing the layout, the words current caller and the white box are a bit too far to the left. It's bugged me for it's bugged me a little for a few months. Is it? Oh, now that you pointed out for me, all I'm gonna be able to see is that now. God, why would you do that? Why would you point it out? 219-327-8005 if you want to call into debate. Looks like we've had nothing but cowards today and or people who want to be bad faith. Fair enough. Guys, I think I'm going to do a complete and full Garten of Banban playthrough and call it the Mega Roast of Garten of Banban. Who's ready? Who's in with me, chat? Not today, but who's in with me, chat? That game is so bad, by the way. Would you like to try pronoun mode? I re-enabled it. Oh, shit. Yeah, Fuzzy, call in real quick. Oh, wait, you're from out of country. Don't call in. I do want to try the pronoun mode. Hold on. I got to open up Microsoft Edge again. Ugh. Let's see how the pronoun mode works. Okay, so Edge. I guess I could download Fire. I don't like using Edge, but if I have to. Load audio devices. I need someone to call in so we can test Fuzzy's new system. Oh, it won't work in Firefox. Okay, you have a US number? Okay, sick. Call in. Not that I'll be able to hear you right now. My headphones are fucking going crazy. Guess I gotta use Edge. Here, let me show you guys what Fuzzy made. Where's my sources? Here it is. Boom. Microsoft Edge. Okay, take a peep. So this is our debate timer. So if anybody calls in and questions if I'm over talking or whatnot, we have the debate timer now. This is what we're gonna use. Maybe if I put these other headphones in, it will fucking start working. Oh God. I can't hear shit. I know there's music playing. I can't hear nothing. So we load this up. All right. We can turn on pronoun mode. I don't know what it's gonna do, but we're gonna try it. Okay, I can't get these fucking headphones to work. I might just have to switch back to these and do like I do, which is just hold them. Because I can't hear nothing. Alright, you're gooch. Alright, let me just switch my headphones to these. Up, and that froze my entire audio program. There we go. That's working. All right, Fuzzy's right here. I'm just gonna take him. Fuzzy, I'm just snatching you up.
Hello?
All right, it's working. Say something, Fuzzy.
That's Fuzzy. I'm over 18. I ain't got no dang pronouns.
That's fine.
I don't use pronouns.
It might be too slow. You know, they're able to get through a lot of pronouns before that thing picks it up.
You, we, they.
Oh shit! It got all of those. Damn, never mind. Maybe
she.
Oh shit! Wait, that's funny. That's so sick. All right, well that works. Sick as fuck.
That.
It didn't take that as a pronoun.
It didn't pick up that. I thought it would pick up that. Actually, the list is customizable. Yeah, the list is customizable, so we could play with that.
Oh, it's also picking up some that you're not saying, but it's thinking you're saying it because it's using other things.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, we tested it. It
Well,
works. That's sick.
we can play with that. But yeah, and I can break that out into a whole separate app. So, like, if you don't want to use the clock, but you do want to do the pronouns, we can do that.
All right, well, we've got it now, chat. Now, if anybody wants to do the pronoun test, or not the pronoun, if anybody calls in and wants the 10-minute timer, shit, we got a Gucci debate timer now. All right, Fuzzy, thanks so much, bud.
All right, cool beans.
W Fuzzy in the chat, everybody. W Fuzzy in the chat. Oh, you know what, Fuzzy, if you can hear me, if you're watching the stream again, you know what would be helpful? I don't know if you can add it, but a way to adjust the volume of the buzzer would be super helpful. Because it's just straight loud. Anyway, 219-327-8005. If y'all want to debate, the call-in lines are open. I guess we're fucking 50 minutes and no real debate so far. Just one person who wanted to be disingenuous. Also, remember the giveaway is done in next week. I'm going to draw the winner on the 30th, and the winner will be announced on the 1st for the Nintendo Switch 2. I know you guys didn't hear a buzzer. It's because I wasn't feeding it through because it was so loud. Ah, my hair just hit my eye. How the hell did that happen? MAGA is hiding. MAGA doesn't like Trump anymore. They're all turning against him. Tucker Carlson turned against him. Hardcore Tucker turned against him. Did y'all see that? He was like, I just don't like, I have to take my part in it. I got him elected. And it's like, yeah, you did, you fucking goof. I better win. Who knows who's going to win the Switch 2? Next giveaway, I might open up to more countries, but right now it's just US only for the Switch 2. Next giveaway, I don't know what we're going to give away next. How do we enter? Go look at any one of my videos. And it tells you how at the start of the video. Oh, I didn't know that the giveaway was real. Did you think I just had those videos, that video playing at the start of every video for fun? Did anyone mention yet that Bad did a violence threat on Takis yesterday against Lux and Jack? Bad. Yeah. I listened to the call after everybody said it happened. I went back and listened to the call. He also lied. Hardcore. And Lux and Jack were like, oh, well, we'll listen to what you have to say, Bad. You just want to ask questions? We'll listen. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He just wants to spout nonsense, guys. Is Twitch only hitting 720p? Twitch should be hitting 1080. Maybe I'm not pumping. What am I pumping out at? Oh. 128 kilobytes per second. That might be why. No, that's the audio. Next stream, I'll just double check what I'm pumping out at for Twitch. Should be 1080. I know sometimes you can do 4K on Twitch, and I've debated it. Or well, I don't know if they've actually put that feature out yet, but all 6 claims are false. Prove it. Prove it. Can you give away the MAGA souls you've collected? No, deadass. Yo, you know what's fun? I don't know if you guys ever saw, Forrest has done those travel things with his community. That company that does them with him reached out to me about wanting to do it with my community, but I was like, well, I think we too broke over here. But maybe. I will be at a con in not a convention, but a conference. I will be at a conference in Atlanta in June, Revival of Reason. June 12th through the 14th in Atlanta. So tickets for that will be in my link tree eventually. I'll put them in for next week. So if you want to, if you lived in the ATL area, you'll be able to come see me talk about religion, deconstruction, and specifically what I think I'm going to do is talk about like liberation and like, you know, all of that fun stuff. It's fine, y'all. Everybody come to Florida, and at JovanCon, you can come to Florida and we'll go to Disney together. Yeah, anybody who lives near Atlanta, once I have the ticket link, I'll send it out to you guys. You got to come to Revival of Reason. All right, I'll be there. It's 3 days. I'll be there the whole time, 12th through the 14th, 3 days. I'll be there the whole time. Maybe we'll do a small community meetup there. That could be fun. I'll rent out a karaoke bar and we'll do a karaoke. Wait. It's actually a fucking banger idea. If enough of my people say they're coming to the ATL meetup, I will rent out a karaoke bar for my people. I will call up a karaoke bar and be like, how much to rent it out for a night? And we will have the meetup. All right, let's bring up this next caller. Maybe we actually have a call here. Coming up next is Joe. Joe is calling to talk about topic number 6, systemic racism and white privilege exist. Joe, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Bro, I'm 20 and my pronouns mind-bogglingly enough are he and him.
Great. I don't know why that's mind-bogglingly. I've never spoken to you before, so I would have had no idea what they were, but okay.
Hey, maybe this tone of my voice would give you a decent idea.
Joe,
but,
Joe,
basically,
Joe, just real quick. You know, I asked you the question before you spoke, right?
What was the question?
I asked you what your pronouns were before you said a single sentence to me. You know that, right?
Well, Joe is a male name, actually.
There are a million women named Joe.
I've never met a female named Joe.
Have you ever heard of J.K. Rowling? Do you know what her first name is? Fucking goofy.
J.K. Rowling? I have no clue what her first name is. Is it Joe?
Goofy as shit, Joe. Anyway, you're calling to talk about topic number 6, systemic racism and white privilege existing.
Yes, sir.
Do you disagree, and if so, why?
Well, I disagree because my issue is, right, 13% of the population is using 50% of the welfare. $20 million in welfare is going to the black community, right? That comes out of my pocket, right? My people contribute to this country. Can you tell me what the blacks contribute to society that outweighs all of the negatives of having them here? What do they contribute that outweighs all the negatives?
This is what you're doing right now. Just letting you know.
Well, I mean, you can insult me, right? You can tell me what I'm doing, being womp womp.
This is you right now.
Or you can give a reason as to why I should allow black people to be in my country.
This is you. That's you. That's what you sound like right now.
That is exactly what I'm doing.
Do you have an actual
I'm crying because there are people using all of our welfare, right? There's people committing crimes, and they don't actually contribute to this society.
This is what you sound like.
Are you capable of telling me how they contribute?
Do you have an actual argument?
I just stated my argument. I stated statistics behind it, why I don't want these people here, and I asked you to refute me.
So should we kick out white people as well because they use welfare?
If they're not contributing, yes, kick them out.
Do you think all black people are not
I believe the majority.
What's the percentage of people on welfare that are working jobs?
Probably pretty high. I think
Not
it's like
probably.
95%.
I don't want to hear
or
probably.
So.
I don't want to hear
but
probably. If you know the
I
stats,
believe
I
it's
want-
95%. I'm
Okay,
pretty
so then why would we
confident
kick
it's
out
very,
anybody
very
on
high.
welfare when most of them are working jobs?
Well, because you're obviously not working hard enough if you can't feed yourself, right? Like I work, right? I'm 20 years old and I
This is you right
contribute,
now.
right?
This is you.
I'm 20 years old and I'm above,
Your
like,
argument is already falling
I'm
apart.
above of the
Your
majority
argument
of
is
black
literally
people.
already fallen apart.
You haven't refuted it. All I did was
did
ask
actually.
you to
I did
state
actually.
how
I did
blacks
actually
contribute
refute
to
it pretty
society
easily.
that
It was
outweigh the
actually
negatives.
pretty. It was
Okay,
actually
then
pretty easy to
what's the
refute.
answer to my question?
It was pretty easy
What's the
to
answer to
refute,
my question
actually.
then?
Your argument was that because
Then
they're
answer.
on welfare. I'm sorry, it's not your show. Please speak when only
No.
spoken to. I'm sorry, it's not your show. Please only speak
What?
when
Are we
spoken
talking to me?
Sorry, now you're muted. Learn your place and only speak when spoken to. You weren't being spoken to yet, so don't speak. Okay? When you hear the beep again, that's when you're unmuted. So wait for the beep and know your place. It's under my foot. Anyway, your nonsensical argument was black people don't contribute. That's why they're on welfare. Because they're on welfare and they don't contribute, they should be kicked out of the country. You acknowledge that 95% of the people on welfare are working, meaning therefore they do contribute. And then your goalpost moved to, well, they are not contributing enough. Do you have an argument you can make where the goalpost doesn't move 100 times? There
Well,
was the beep. Now you're
first
unmuted.
off, you misunderstood my argument. One,
Didn't. Please,
my argument is
misunderstood
not
your
that black
argument.
people.
Nobody misunderstood your
My
argument.
argument is not because black
Nobody
people are on
misunderstood
welfare,
the
right?
argument. Your argument
No,
was that
you
they
did.
don't
You did.
contribute.
Let me
Your
restate it.
argument was they don't contribute. If they're working, they are contributing. Try again.
Are we going to continue interrupting me, or are you going to actually allow me to speak?
I want you to try again with an actual like cohesive argument.
I believe you're
That's
a
what
big. I believe you're a big boy.
I'd love you
You're
to try
pretty big.
again.
I believe.
Okay, well, you're going to be muted again. It's not your show. I only want to hear the argument. Here, we'll make it super simple. We'll make it super simple for you. All right, check you later, Reach. We'll make it super simple for you. Super simple. All I want is a comprehensive syllogism out of you. So when I take the call back, I just want a syllogism. That's all I want to hear out of you is a syllogism for your argument. If you say anything besides a comprehensive syllogism for your argument, I'm going to take that as a concession, and I'm just going to move on. Okay? So, here we go. I want to hear a syllogism. Let's go. You're unmuted now.
My issue with America is that the
That's not a
niggers
syllogism.
are
Thank you for
13% of the population and using 50% of the welfare, committing 80% of the crimes.
Great. You're muted again. That was not a syllogism. If you want to admit to me that you're stupider than a black man today, then why don't you do that? Because I asked you for a syllogism. All you did was decide to drop a slur like I was going to give a fuck about that. I don't care about your stupid slurs. I care about the argument, which you don't seem to give a fuck about. So I get it. You're not smart enough to have this conversation. It's cool. You've got your little talking points and you're ready to defend them. I'm going to unmute you again. If you do slur a second time, I'll have to drop you. So if you want to make the concession that you're dumber than a black man right now, you want to make that concession, I am stupider than a black man. All you need to do is slur again and I'll drop you. And then we'll have that acknowledgement. Or you can provide a syllogism. And in that syllogism, you can make a sound and logical argument. You are unmuted. Let's hear the syllogism.
The average nigger has an IQ of 75.
Thank you for proving my point. Thank you for proving my point. You're stupider than me, and you're probably stupider than every black person you've ever met. I'm glad that you have shown your ass here, Joe. I will be sending this call to your mom. I think she'd be very interested to hear it. So don't worry, Joe. We're going to make sure that mama gets this call. I'm sure you're on her phone plan. So we're going to make sure mama gets this call. Don't worry, bud. Boring. Anyway, let's take the next call. Hopefully, it's an actual call. Oh, I just realized these were sitting over here. Let's see if this one's an actual call with somebody that actually wants to talk about the actual topics. Coming up next is Blake. Blake is calling to talk about systemic racism and white privilege existing. Blake, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Of course, Blake, 29, and I go by normal/human.
Okay, I'm going to ask again because normal and human are not not one of the any hundreds of pronouns I know in the English language. So I'm going to ask the question again, and hopefully I'm going to ask the question again, and hopefully I get an actual answer this time. Unless you'd like to start the call off bad faith, Blake. Would you like to start the call off bad faith?
Of course not. Of course not.
Great. So I'm going to ask the question again, Blake. What are your pronouns?
He.
Thank you.
Him. Yes, that would be the tip.
Now, Blake, you're calling in to talk about systemic racism and white privilege existing. Blake, I believe systemic racism and white privilege are real. Do you disagree? And if so, why?
I would actually agree that on an individual basis, there is certainly racism that exists. But as far as at a systemic level, I'd actually argue that whites are far more oppressed in modern America than blacks. And you can use pretty much any metric to measure that as well.
Great. So I just want to confirm. So you don't actually agree. You said I would agree that blank, but you didn't actually agree. Great. Blake,
correct.
You say systemic racism and white privilege exist, or will you say racism exists towards white in a systemic way? White people are more oppressed, and you said you can prove that. So go ahead and show me a way that white people in America are more oppressed than black people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you look at affirmative action would be one way. They actively hire based on race, and white people are selected last.
Wonderful.
That also includes Asian women as well.
Wonderful pause. Wonderful pause. Affirmative action no longer exists, but when it did exist, it primarily helped white women. They received the bulk of affirmative action placement into jobs and schools. So
correct. It definitely skewed towards women.
So if it primarily helped white women, how would it be oppressive towards white people?
Yeah, so anyways, affirmative action still exists. They changed the name to DEI. I'm currently a hiring manager.
Blake, stop.
No, I'm not going to deal with this. No.
Then you're going to be muted.
Listen.
Then you're going to be muted. If you don't know your place, I'll have to inform you of it. It's beneath me. Now, Blake, you stated that affirmative action proves oppression towards white people, yet white people received the bulk of affirmative action job placements and education placements. So if this is the case, my question again, and it's the only question I want answered. If you start answering another question that was not asked of you, I will just move on to one of the other callers. It really is not that big of a deal to me. So again, you claimed affirmative action oppressed white people, and yet it primarily benefited white people. So Blake, I ask again, how did affirmative action oppress white people if white people received the bulk of the benefits of it? Now you're unmuted. Answer that question.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You could. I know.
No, I really couldn't.
I know how the
I'm
mute
not
feature,
joking. If you repeat the question, I'll answer in good
works.
faith.
I know how the mute feature works in my. Well, you've already proven to me that you're not good faith in this conversation, so I don't have much faith that you'll answer this next question in good faith.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. Show me how affirmative action was oppressive to white people if white people received the bulk of the benefits from it.
Show me the statistics to prove your point.
You've already agreed with me that affirmative action primarily helped white people. Now you're white women. So now you're disagreeing.
No, help
so now you're
white
changing
women.
Your goalpost. Are white women white people?
Changing the goalpost.
Are white women white people?
Yes. They're not white men, though.
So predominantly it did help white people.
I have to...
So it predominantly
One thing
helped
I'm answering, this has to do with your...
Sorry, I'm going to have to mute you again. So it predominantly helped white people. Interesting. That's so funny. Because Blake told me it didn't predominantly help white people, and now he's saying it did. Blake, I'm going to have to keep putting you on mute if you don't know your place in this conversation.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep building the pyramids brick by brick. Next
Great.
question.
Blake. No, my question
DEI.
is the same.
Average
I want you to
IQ,
answer.
crime.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put you back. I'm gonna have to put you back in mute.
Yep.
You don't control the show.
Can't have
Blake,
any of my points come across.
because you have not addressed the point we're still on, Blake. You're trying to move on to another point because you didn't realize.
No,
that
I'm
I
not.
knew
Affirmative
that your
action.
stat was false.
I am
And now
granting
wanna
to you
try
that
to move
affirmative
the
action
point. If affirmative
disproportionately
action,
helped white people.
then how
White
is it
women
oppressive? Then how is it oppressive to white people if it disproportionately helped white
But
people?
we're talking about the
How
hiring
is it
process. We're
oppressive
not
to white
talking about
people?
school admission
Blake,
or any.
how is it
So
oppressive
you're
to white
taking
people?
one. You're taking one thing,
Blake,
and
you
you're
gotta answer the question,
purposely
Blake.
isolating it.
Blake, your opening point was that
Are
affirmative
we
action.
debating, or just run
Blake,
this
you
show
don't know
and
what a
not let
debate
anyone?
is, Blake. You don't know what a debate is because you're trying to run away from a point you made, which disproves yourself.
No.
So
Affirmative
Blake,
action.
gotta mute you. Gotta put you back in timeout, Blake. So interesting here. I wouldn't have to keep doing this if you weren't such a bad faith arguer. So Blake's argument again is there is oppression against white people. I asked him where. He said affirmative action. I showed that affirmative action primarily helped white people. We know this looking at Department of Labor analyses that they did in the 60s, that they did in the 50s, where they show that affirmative action primarily pushed through 6 million white women, where it only pushed through 5 million of all minorities across the workforce. So white women received 6 million jobs due to affirmative action policies in the 60s, where all minorities shared a total of 5 million jobs. So Blake, again, I'm gonna need you to actually provide an answer here. It's getting embarrassing. It is truthfully getting embarrassing. I guess
I've been
racism rots
muted.
the
I've
mind.
been on mute the entire time.
I don't care that you've been on mute the entire time. You've been bad faith the entire time. If you want to start being good faith, then hey, maybe you won't go on mute. So
Bad
Blake,
faith, he
again,
says.
Blake,
He cuts me off anytime I try to make a point.
Blake, because you're not addressing the point that we're talking
I
about.
go by
don't allow
blockade.
pivoting. I don't allow pivoting.
Yeah.
So you're trying to pivot, and that's not what we're going to do. Your claim was affirmative action was oppressive because it did not benefit white people, yet we've proven.
Well, I thought
that
you
it
said affirmative
benefits-
action
Goodbye,
doesn't
Blake.
exist.
See you, Blake. Don't need to talk to bad faith interlocutors today. So goodbye. Like these fucking ugly ass white kids need to learn their fucking place, bro. You unfortunately are not smarter than me. And you know how I know that? Because you've never looked up any of the shit you're spouting. I have. Sorry. Embarrassing. Anyway, let's take the next call. Maybe the next call won't be bad faith. Coming up on the stream is Patrick. Patrick is calling about topic number 4, gender-affirming care for minors. Patrick, if you hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns. Oh, hold on. I didn't actually accept the call. There we go. Patrick,
Hey, bro.
age and pronouns, please.
I'm 35 and I'm a man.
Great. Answer the question that I asked.
Yeah, I don't have a preference towards pronouns. You won't offend me. You want to call me something else?
Great. Answer the question directly.
I do not have pronouns.
You
I
do
tell
not
people.
have pronouns.
Not that I present to people and ask them to call me that. I have an internal locus of control. It doesn't bother me what people say.
Great. So we're just going to put she, her, and everybody's going to just live with that. Wonderful.
Totally, yeah.
Patrick, I don't really care if it does or doesn't. Patrick, you believe gender-affirming care for minors is harmful and that it's dangerous and wrong. Prove that.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, I just think it's the most ridiculous claim on your list, I'd say by far. We're talking about kids who don't have a fully formed brain. We're talking about body mutilation, surgery, and hormone treatment, I assume, is what you mean.
Now, this is very interesting because I said to prove the claim, and you just talked about how you don't like it, and you didn't provide any sort of evidence for the proof of your claim. Do you have evidence?
How like a mastectomy or
do you have evidence that it's harmful?
That it's harmful?
Or are you just making the claim?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's plenty of documented cases of people regretting having done those surgeries at a young age.
Oh, okay. What's the
or
regret
taking
rate?
4 months. I mean,
What's the rate
people
of regret?
that because the rate I couldn't tell you, but I'll tell you this.
Okay, so
you know, a lot
pause.
of people do
Nope.
regret it,
Nope. We're not
and
pivoting.
they regret doing it
Pause.
young.
Pause. If we're gonna look at a procedure, whether it be medical, whether it be whatever it is, and we're gonna say some people regret doing that procedure, that's everything. There is 0 things on this planet that no one regrets doing. What we're going to look at is, do the bulk of people who go through this regret it? And to do that, we need a rate of regret. If you don't have a rate of regret and you're just saying some people regret, cool. More people don't regret. So I don't care that some people do.
Is there data? Is there data on this?
On the regret rate?
Like,
crazy.
yeah. Is there reliable data on your side or mine of this? If we're going to go there, I'm appealing
Yes,
to common
the regret
sense.
rate. So I don't do common sense. Common sense doesn't tell us anything.
I can tell.
Right? The common person, Patrick, are you here in good faith or bad faith?
I think I'm here in good faith.
Are you? Because you've already started with an ad hom.
Well, I think you did. Actually.
When did I ad hom
right
you
before I jumped on
specifically,
the call,
Patrick?
you called the last guy an ugly white boy.
Patrick, this is a new debate. When did I ad
All
hom
right.
you?
Well, you said you're going to call me she, her. Not that I care.
You said I don't care what I'm called, so how is that an ad hom?
I don't.
So do you not know
Well,
what ad
that
homs
doesn't
mean?
change
Do
it
you know
being
what?
an ad-
Do you
doesn't
know what
change
an
it being an
ad
ad hominem.
hominem means, Patrick?
Well, tell me what ad hominem I just did on you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, you specific. You know what? I'll play it back. I'll play it back. I'll make it easy
Sure.
on both of us.
All right.
I'll play it back.
Great.
Let's catch up to stream and let's rewind here for a second. Here we go.
That guy
In person, I'll play Patrick. So I don't
on this
on the regret rate.
like
Crazy.
yeah. Is there reliable
somebody who
is there reliable data on your side or mine of this? If we're going to go there, I'm appealing
yes,
to
the
common
regret
sense.
rate. So
Here it
I don't do
comes.
common sense. Common sense doesn't tell us anything.
I can tell.
Right? The common person. So there it is. You're saying I can tell you don't do common sense. We know what the implication of that is. That would be an ad hom because it's not addressing my argument. It's trying to point out, haha, you're silly because I use common sense and I don't use actual data or academic literature to back up my point. That would be the ad hom, Patrick. Now, again,
Sure. Well, I'll
my-
give you an apology for that, brother. I'll give you
I
an
don't
apology.
need.
It
I don't
wasn't
need
meant
an
as ad
apology. I
hominem.
just need to see you be
Meant as a
good
joke,
faith for the
bro.
rest of the. I don't need an apology. I need to see you be good faith for the rest of the call. You've already hit one strike. We can get to the other 2 if we need to. Now, Patrick,
Sure.
again,
Well, let's
I'm going
actually
to
debate something, here, bro.
I'm trying to, and my argument is that because you don't have information on the regret rate, you can't use regret as your example because the only
Sure.
way
All right, fine.
regret.
Hey, if we don't want to use that, if we don't want to use regret,
It's not that
if
we
that's
don't
not
want to
valid
use
you,
regret. It's not that it's not
We
valid.
do
It's that
have
you don't
science.
have the information.
We do have science. We do know what these type of surgeries are doing to the physical body. We do know
Right,
what these
what?
hormones and drugs and what they were invented for,
Right.
and what they
Patrick,
do. So we have that science. Let's talk about that.
Patrick, one, I don't care what the drug was invented for. We have a lot of drugs that were invented for nonsense reasons that we use nowadays. And the reason for the drug is useless. Multiple drugs have multiple different purposes. That's
But
just
we're
a
talking
nonsense
about
argument.
castration drugs, by the
Again,
way. But that's what we're talking
nonsense argument. And I've pointed out why
Used
it's a
on purpose.
nonsense argument. Again, nonsense argument. And I've pointed out and outlined why it is nonsense. Your other point,
right,
which
well-
I think is a more valid argument, not a good one, but it's a valid one, is that, well, look at the effects that these have on people. So I will ask you, I assume you're talking about negative side effects. What are those, Patrick?
Let's go with testosterone because that's probably even the least harmful of them all. So let's go with testosterone, which I actually take myself. I'm 35 years old. I take testosterone. So I'm familiar with side effects and effects and how it changes a person. And I'm familiar with the dependency of starting testosterone replacement treatment, which I'll be on for the rest of my life.
Sorry, what I asked you for was to outline to me the negative side effects of this treatment, and you did not do that once in your response.
All right, let's outline it. Let's very directly outline it here. Okay.
Great, I would love to.
Negative side effects. Maybe the most important, and we might not need to go any further than this, dependency, something that you'll be on for the rest of your life, which would be these hormones. So in order for you to, which changes the way your mind works, changes the way your body works, and it throws you into a lot of trouble if you ever don't have access to it, and if you ever want to come off it. It's not something that's easy, and in some cases possible to do, come off. So
Great. So
almost
let's
nothing that you
address
want
let's
a
address this.
child
Let's address this.
to begin using.
Okay.
Regardless
I don't
of
need the emotional
gender-affirming
appeal.
care.
I don't need the emotional appeal.
No,
I'd like to just
I'm
stick
not
to the
being
facts.
emotional.
What you just
I'm
did.
saying,
What you just did was an
regardless of
emotional
even
appeal.
if we're not talking about gender-affirming
I'd like
care,
to just
you're
focus
talking
on the
about
facts
this isn't
here.
something you want any kid to take.
I'd like to just focus on the facts here. Now, when you use
All
the
right.
phrase dependency, we're taking that as the clinical case of dependency, which is a substance use disorder where you become hooked on a drug or a treatment path because of cravings, compulsion. There's a loss of control and there's withdrawal symptoms provided. None of which are a
even
case
semantics
with. I'm
aside,
sorry,
man, you know what I'm
Patrick, please stop. This isn't semantics. I'm actually analyzing what dependency is, so we can have a good faith conversation. I can't just take what Patrick thinks dependency is. We're going to talk about what actual dependency is, unless you're not talking about dependency. If you're talking something else, sure. But if we're talking about
Even if
dependency,
semantically I meant something else, defining that word, you know what I'm saying here.
So you didn't mean dependency, because that's great because
No, I
masculinizing
do mean
HR
dependency, even by your own definition.
Then let's
there.
talk about
it's a
it,
broader context than
Patrick.
that.
All you're doing is you're trying to argue the meta. Can we argue the actual point? The point is that there are no sources, there are no studies, there's nothing that indicates that masculinizing HRT causes dependency. It's not addictive. It doesn't produce cravings or compulsions. Masculinizing HRT, which is what trans boys would take, there is quite literally no evidence that shows that it is addictive and that it causes dependency. Do you have evidence that it does?
Do you know that your body stops
Do you
producing...
know what your body is not an answer. If you have evidence, you would need to support that with some type of academic or medical literature. Do you have academic or medical literature?
If you're only gonna accept me citing like a medical paper or something, I don't have that kind of information.
If you're making a medical claim, I only accept medical. If you make a medical claim,
anybody listening that takes testosterone knows
I'm gonna
that
have to mute you because that has. I don't care what you. Anybody who listens, that's not what the conversation is right now. The conversation is that you can't provide evidence for the claim you made. So therefore, we disregard the claim. So I'm bringing you back up now, Patrick. I'm bringing you back up, and I'm going to restate again. If you cannot provide evidence for a medical claim you're making, your medical claim is disregarded. Do you understand that's how this works?
Hey, I'll tell you this right now. I'm talking to you on the phone. I do not have a medical paper for you. You could.
Well, you wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have it if you looked for it. You wouldn't have it if you looked for it.
Well, are we going to look for it right now? This is what I'm saying,
not doing your homework for you. You should have done your homework. It seems like you've created an opinion.
You're not arguing against my argument.
Patrick,
argue against what I just said.
Patrick,
I haven't heard you argue against what anybody said so far.
Patrick, I directly argued against what you said by showing you have no evidence for the statement you're making.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like studies that show that there is no risk,
how testosterone works.
If you'd like studies that show that HRT does not cause substance abuse issues, I can easily pull those up.
I didn't say I didn't say substance abuse. I said dependency, bro. You're completely
dependency.
Completely straw man.
Patrick, I understand you don't know how this works. So maybe it's just that you've never had a debate in your life.
Work.
Maybe it's that you don't understand. I've never had a debate.
I haven't heard you have one either, bro.
Patrick, point me what specific logical fallacy I used.
You just straw man me and
I didn't.
Substance abuse when I said dependency.
No, I didn't. Do you want me to show? Do you want me to prove that I didn't? Do you want me to prove that I didn't?
Sure.
Because when I defined dependency,
I
defined it, and I specifically defined it as, and I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you again. Causing cravings, compulsion of use, loss of control, are
No,
withdrawal.
you just said substance abuse.
I understand that you don't know how to
This is not
listen.
my
If
case.
you closed your mouth for more than 30 seconds, you would understand what I was saying. So I'll just put you back in mute. You're back muted. I get it. You are incapable. So again, when we talked about dependency, I listed out the traits of dependency as cravings, compulsive use despite harm, loss of control, withdrawal driven by addictive patterns. And fun fact, the clinical term for this is substance use disorders and substance abuse disorders. That's the clinical term for dependency. So those two words are interchangeable based on the way that I defined dependency at the start of this conversation, which you agreed with when you said even your definition of dependency still works for this. So Patrick, it's not a straw man because you specifically said my definition of dependency works. So it's not a straw man. I understand you don't know how those things work. But Patrick, I'm going to unmute you now. So now you're unmuted. So again, I say you've made a claim that you cannot back up with any relevant data or evidence.
Hey, you know what? You very well may be correct because I'm not providing you with a source right now.
I'm correct.
It's not an obscure one, okay? You can find anywhere. I think you're the one not having a good faith argument because you're not debating my point.
Patrick, your point
You're not
is
debating
that
my
they
point. You're
cause
arguing semantics.
your point, Patrick, is they cause dependency, and I stated that they
So
do
you're
not.
saying no?
And Patrick,
You're saying there's no dependency issues with
Patrick,
testosterone?
Patrick, your point is that masculinizing HRT causes dependency. My rebuttal is there is no medical or scientific research to show that HRT, and that means masculinizing hormone therapy at the levels that is given for hormone therapy, causes dependency. So yes, that
so we're
is a
just at
rebuttal.
standstill. One of us is wrong and one of us is right.
That is
and
a
the
rebuttal.
science
Patrick,
backs
it's
one
not
of
your
us.
turn to speak.
We're both making opposite
Patrick,
claims.
it's not your turn to speak. It's not your turn to. It's not your turn to speak.
All right.
So again, unless you can provide evidence for your claim, then that's all the rebuttal that's needed. A claim with no evidence.
Can you provide
doesn't...
evidence for your claim that there is no dependency
So
on
here we
issues
go.
on
This
testosterone
is
treatment?
called shifting the burden, which I won't let you do.
No, this is called sharing the burden, brother.
No, it's called shifting the burden. The burden's not shared
This
here.
is called being a rational actor, bro.
This is not you winning. This is you shifting the burden. Should I define?
You
Should I read
keep
to you what
saying
shifting
good
the
faith.
burden means?
All right, good faith.
Here, let's read what shifting the burden means. Here we go. Let's just read it directly.
Oh,
because
boy.
it's
you
funny.
really don't want to get into it.
Let's just read
you know,
what
this is your
shifting the
weakest
burden
argument
means.
of all of those.
Let's just read what shifting the burden means because clearly, shifting the burden in debate is a tactical move where one side transfers the responsibility to prove or disprove a claim to their opponent. Now, Patrick.
Not my claim. I'm asking you to prove your claim.
Nope. Patrick, you're so stupid.
I'm asking you
Holy
to prove
shit.
your claim
Holy
that
shit.
there
You
are
might
no
be, you might be the dumbest
dependency
person I've talked to
issues with
today,
testosterone.
and that's saying something. You made a claim. You said the reason why children should not receive gender-affirming care is because testosterone, HRT, causes dependency. I've asked you to prove that multiple times. You've not been able to. Now you're telling me to disprove that it doesn't. That is a burden shift.
No, you said it. You said
that
it
is
caused it, that
that
there
is
are
a
no issues
shift
with
of
dependency.
burden.
That's what you
That
just
is a
said,
shift
bro.
of burden. You are shifting.
No. You
And
said
here's
there
what we're
are
gonna do. Hear this buzzer? That's gonna play whenever you shift. Whenever you do a fallacy. That's gonna play whenever you use a fallacy. So keep going.
All right. Yeah, that's what I thought, bro. I mean, you're really not engaging in
keep
good
going.
faith, even though I haven't heard you really with anybody.
That's an ad hom.
Sure. Did you or did you not make a claim that there are no harmful side effects, no dependency issues with testosterone?
My claim was...
You did not make that claim?
My claim was that there is no evidence to support your claim that they cause dependency. So therefore, a claim with no evidence is a nonsense claim I don't listen to. Now, if you can prove that they cause dependency, then we'll get somewhere. But you can't.
Can I ask you something here, bro? Do you seriously see no problem with these surgeries and these drugs being used on minors that are kids?
Relevance.
How is that not relevant? That's literally your
It's
prompt.
not relevant to the current conversation we're having, which is you proving your claim.
All right, man. Well, I've already told you we're not producing any kind of medical papers for you here right now. We're not set up for that. This
Okay,
conversation
great.
requires some amount of good
So
faith,
what
doesn't
we've learned is you made an opinion about a medical fact, not having any of the information on said medical fact. Yikes.
it? Yeah. All
embarrassing.
right. Well, I'd be embarrassed if I was you, man. Honestly.
Would you? Because
Got a
I've
lot
not
of
made
people
I've
listening.
not made a claim that I can't back up. You have. You've directly
Well,
made
listen,
claims that
it was
you
your claim that I
cannot back
called in
up.
on. It was your prompt that I
You've
called in on.
directly
Okay?
made claims that you cannot back up.
No, brother. I can back it up. Are we going to spend a call getting on Google here? You want me to? I got 2 phones.
Yes. Yep.
I got
I don't know why you
12,
didn't
right?
open up that second phone and prove it already.
Let's do
Seems
it.
like you were just being lazy.
I'll even use the microphone. We'll just
Seems
ask,
like you were
Google.
just being lazy.
Does testosterone replacement treatment have dependency issues?
It's not the question.
Low risk for addiction when prescribed for legitimate hypogonadism, but it can create physical and psychological dependency, especially if abused.
Yeah, when you abuse something, wow. But that's not the question at hand, Patrick. The question wasn't, does testosterone treatment cause
Well, that was
dependency?
my claim.
It's I know, because you don't know how to make an accurate claim. It was at the levels at the dosages prescribed for gender affirming care, does it cause dependency? Do you know what dosage testosterone is
At any
prescribed?
dosage. At any dosage.
You know?
That's the nature
Do you
of
know?
what the drug does. It stops
Do you
your
know?
body from producing testosterone,
Do you know?
which both men and women produce.
Do you
It
know?
stops your body from producing it, and it takes over and has it.
You don't know.
You inject. Do I know what?
Interesting. You don't
I know what?
the answer to this.
To what?
You don't know what the dosage is.
Everybody's going to have a dose prescribed by their doctor. There's certain testosterone levels that your body's going to have as a man or a woman. It depends where your testosterone levels are and where they're trying to get them to. In any case, your body's going to stop producing testosterone on its own, and you'll need an external source for testosterone for the rest of your life.
Okay, so 2 things. 1, your body doesn't stop completely. It suppresses it while
can.
you're on the drug.
If you're on it for long enough, it will stop meaningfully producing testosterone.
Okay, so I assume you have a study that has solid methodology that's been peer reviewed that shows that if you're on this thing long enough.
Google again. You were wrong on the last one.
Oh, no, we weren't.
Because I thought it was pretty common sense. But what are we going to ask Google this time? I'll use your word verbatim.
Yeah, I know, because every time you do it, you try to twist what the actual conversation is.
Yeah, so that's why I want to use your words verbatim, and we'll ask Google.
I totally get
Make
it.
your claim. We'll ask Google.
I want you to show me that if at the levels of HRT, right, for the levels of HRT, that if somebody on HRT starts beginning masculinizing HRT, that their body permanently loses the ability to produce testosterone.
If you start using testosterone for HRT, could your body stop producing testosterone?
Would love that.
Yes. Using testosterone for hormone replacement therapy, HRT or TRT, causes the body to significantly reduce or temporarily stop its own natural testosterone production.
Or what? Or what stop? What was that word before?
Or temporarily stop.
Oh, temporarily.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So again, that's a choice that an adult
temporarily.
can make.
I love the AI overview. I love the AI overview. It wasn't a study that it wasn't. I love the AI overview. I love the AI overview. But again, I love the AI overview. But again, you said permanent. That said temporary.
What
does
did I say
temporarily
permanent?
mean? Do you want to?
I said you'll be on it for the rest of your life.
I will play back. I will play. You said it will. You said it will stop producing. You said it will stop producing permanently.
And I proved that.
No, you didn't. You proved that it will temporarily stop it. Of course, it stops
it. Be on it for the rest of your life, which is
why would you be on it for the rest of your life if it doesn't permanently stop it?
Because can I answer you?
I can't wait.
Okay. So what happens when you're on testosterone for a long time and you stop taking testosterone is you will be without testosterone until your body can start producing it again. If you've been on it for a long time, it's going to take years. And when you have no testosterone, male or
goalpost
female,
moved across
you're
the
going to
fucking
be very depressed, along with a lot of
goalpost.
other health issues. That makes it
That
to where
goalpost
people
went. That
stop.
goalpost went running. Just booked it. Booked it
Well,
down the
where's your
road.
buzzer? Where's your
Booked
buzzer?
it.
I'm moving the goalpost. Ring the
Booked it.
buzzer.
All right.
Cut
it's
me
been-
off. Don't
it's
worry
been
about.
fun,
Don't worry
Patrick.
about responding to what I'm
Patrick,
actually saying.
Patrick, it has been fun, but
Get
I'm
a
gonna go
buzzer.
see if somebody else can provide actual sources for the claims they're making. See you, Patrick. My God, dude. Fucking hilarious. By the way, guys, this is per my fertility clinic or my fertility center. Native hormone production typically resumes within 4 to 6 weeks after stopping hormone replacement therapy. Just FYI. Just FYI, chat. It's so embarrassing, dude. Truly embarrassing. Bro, it's just funny to me. It's funny how you can have no evidence, use Google's AI overview for 1 second and be like, well, now I know that I'm correct because the AI overview said I was correct. Brother. Brother. Oh, this will be a fun call. Anyway, David is calling to talk about a question with topic 6. David, what's your age and pronouns?
35 and him.
Great. And what's your question?
So, with the systemic racism, white privilege, if it was so relevant in today's society, why did the SPLC just get charged with, well, allegedly spending $3 million to manufacture racism if it's so relevant in today's society?
What did they get charged with specifically, David?
For routing over $3 million to extremist groups such as the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay, let's be specific here. In the indictment, what is the claim that they did specifically?
They made payments to manufacture racism.
Nope. I'm going to need you to actually say what the specific indictment says they did. I don't think you read the indictment, David. I think you read a headline. Did you read the indictment?
Yep.
And what did it say that they did specifically?
That they're laundering money.
David, you didn't read the indictment. It's kind of embarrassing not to read the indictment when you're talking about it. Do you want me to tell you? I can tell you what they did.
It was laundering money.
I can tell you what they did. Do you want me to tell you?
It was, yeah, sure. It was wire
Great,
fraud,
beautiful.
fraud,
David,
bank fraud, conspiracy, money laundering.
David, you didn't read the indictment. Let me tell you what they did. So the Southern Poverty Law Center did what is completely legal of them to do, which is they hired informants, which is legal to do for any law firm or law center in the country. They hired informants to go undercover to get information about extremist groups and they paid said informants, which is completely legal, especially under the legal code. They paid those informants via LLCs or sole proprietorships. So the claim is that those LLCs were set up and the money was used to pay the racial groups when it was, or the extremist groups, when the money was used to pay informants. Did you know this, David?
That is false.
It's not false. Those same informants worked with local municipalities of law enforcement agencies in the same areas. It's not
They're
false,
literally
David.
they're literally being charged for
David.
manufacturing racism.
David.
Oh
David,
my God.
David, do you believe what every indictment says, David?
They obviously have enough evidence to
David,
charge
do you believe
them
what
with
every
this.
indictment says? An indictment isn't the same thing. Do you believe what every indictment says? Yes or no?
They're not they're allegations. They're not
Do you
convictions. But
believe every indictment you read? Yes or no?
no,
Okay, so why do you believe this indictment? Specifically, based on the evidence you have of the case, why do you believe this indictment?
why? What do you want me to answer? Why I believe it, or factual?
I don't know why
statistics?
I don't know what I asked a very straightforward question that like quite literally nobody could misconstrue. Why do you, David, believe in this indictment? It seems like you're stalling.
No, I'm not stalling. It's just because it's because I don't believe there's systemic racism or white privilege.
That's not
it's
the
not
question
real.
I asked you, David. I asked you to explain to me why you don't believe this indictment. You're stalling.
Why I don't, or
why
no,
you
why
do,
I
sorry,
do.
why you do believe this indictment. You're stalling right now.
I'm not stalling.
So answer the question.
Because it makes sense.
So you believe it off of vibes.
Not off of vibes, but
yes, off of vibes, David. That is vibes.
No,
it makes sense.
No.
It
You
makes
you gotta
sense.
let
Means
me.
you don't believe it based on evidence. You don't believe it based on information relevant to the case. You just believe it because it seems like it could be true. That's vibes.
No, it's because we've had other cases of people playing the racism card when it didn't, in fact, happen. In case the Jesse Smollett case.
So you believe it. So that you believe it because cases that have nothing to do with this one. That's why you believe it. So it's not based on the evidence of this case.
They're all
it's not
connected.
based on the evidence on this case. It's believed because of another case that has nothing to do with this one.
It all ties together because of racism is manufactured. It's not real.
Yikes. So you don't have any actual reason to believe this except you're a racist. That's what it is?
You don't even know what color I am.
That's what it is. Your only reason to believe it is because you, David, are racist.
You don't even know what color I am.
Interesting, David. Would that change whether you're racist, David?
Sure.
Why?
Well, I mean, according to
why would
some
that
people,
change? I'm sorry. Are you talking to me or are you talking to some people? Would you like to go talk to some people? I'm sure they're somewhere. I don't know why you.
Well,
would,
no
like,
matter
are
no
you
matter
talking
what,
to
no matter
me
what,
or to those some people, David.
No matter what I say or what anybody says or does, you're gonna think somebody's racist. You play the victim card.
David, are you talking to me or some people?
I am talking to you directly. You
great.
Play
so
the
I don't know
victim
why
card.
you would bring up what some people believe. I'm asking you, would it change if I knew your race? Would that change my claim that you're racist?
Sure.
How so?
If I was anything but white, you wouldn't say I was racist. Because you believe only white people can be racist.
I believe only white people can be racist?
Yep.
When did I say that?
I can just tell.
You can just tell. Sure. What race are you, David?
Well, I'm not gonna disclose that, but
yeah, I know you're not, because we know what it is. We know what the answer is.
What's that?
Well, David, the only reason you wouldn't answer is if you were white. It's quite literally the only reason not to answer. So, and that's kind of embarrassing. So again, David, the only reason why you believe this indictment is because you're racist. You didn't look up the facts of the indictment before you called into the show.
It's not racism. It's pattern recognition.
David, so it is racism. Thank you. You didn't look up
Pattern
the indictment.
recognition.
You didn't look up the indictment before you called in. You didn't look up what was the actual facts of the indictment before you called in. You then just tried to repeat like a White House fact sheet on the indictment, which is more embarrassing for you than it is for anything else. And now you're going, well, I believe it because it's just pattern recognition, which is just, David, you being racist.
Everything and everybody's racist according to you.
No, not
Got
everything
it.
and everybody is racist. You specifically in this moment are. And right now you're just trying to like obfuscate instead of just addressing the key facts head on, which is, David, you're a racist. You could address that head on and show me that you're not, but you haven't so far. Instead, you went to more racist dog whistles like pattern recognition. Let me ask you, David, white men make up the predominant percentage of rape assaulters in this country. Is it pattern recognition to just say all white men are rapists? Would that just be accurate pattern recognition?
What was the question now?
White men are the predominant perpetrators of race in this country. Would it just be pattern recognition to just start calling white men rapists?
Is that per capita or is that?
Yes.
Okay. What are the statistics on that?
Yeah, I'll pull them up for you. But I just want to answer the question. Would that be pattern recognition to just say, well, white men are racist because look at that, guys?
Hold on. What is racism and?
Would that be racist, David? Like, it seems weird you can't answer.
No,
It's
it
real
just
weird.
you're jumping all over the place.
David, it seems weird you can't answer this.
It seems weird that you keep jumping in and out of everywhere.
Why can't you answer this question? Does it sort of show the hypocrisy in what you said earlier? That you want to use pattern recognition against races that aren't yours, but when it comes to your own race, you don't want to use pattern recognition? Could that be? Could it be you're just a racist? Who would have seen that coming? Who would have seen that coming, David? David,
that word has no value.
Of all the people listening to the stream right now, I wonder how many of them could have seen this outcome coming. Damn.
Race. The word racist has no value today. It's overused.
You don't even know what that word means, David. Spell it.
What, racist?
Yeah, spell it.
RACIST.
Define it.
It's the hatred, or you think you're superior to another race.
No.
Yes, that's the definition of it. A racist is someone who believes, supports, or acts on the ideal that one race is superior or inferior to another. Yeah, facts.
So, David, let's just, and you know, it's not my fault. You didn't get the best education. I get it. Your education was severely
Hold on.
I understand.
You're saying I'm uneducated, but you don't understand. You don't understand the simple.
Your education was so lacking that you thought you'd be able to come up here with your Fox News talking point, having not read the indictment, and be like, "Oh, I'm going to prove this guy wrong because I would never call into a show and ask about something I didn't read. That's on you. I get it. The superiority complex runs deep. I wouldn't do that because I like to research shit before I talk about it. So I'll ask one more time, David, what's your reason to believe the indictment on the Southern Poverty Law Center?
Hold on, let me go back to your education there. You don't understand the basics of calories. I'm going to just
ask you the question.
No.
When you can do this whole spiel. When you're done, I'm going to ask you the same question I just did.
That's fine.
Because everything you're about to say means quite literally nothing to me.
Sure it does. It's going back to what you said about me. My education is lacking, but you don't understand the basics of calories in and calories out. That's why you're fat. You don't understand that.
David,
so, bro, how are you going to talk about somebody being educated?
David, I hate to break it to you. I know I'm fat. I like being fat, and I will continue to be fat because I enjoy food and I don't like working out. I understand being fat. I just think it's pretty dope. You look stupider now. So, David, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you before you went on to this nonsense pivot because you have quite literally the lowest IQ of anyone I've talked to today. David, what are your reasons, and ground them in something, right, for believing the indictment of the SPLC?
Because there's enough evidence to bring the case to trial.
I didn't ask you if there was enough evidence to bring the case to trial. I asked you if there was enough why you believe the indictment. Do I need to define the term believe to you? Should I define
matter
the
what
term
I
indictment to you? Should I
I know
define
what
the term
indictment means.
to?
It doesn't matter if
What
I
about
believe.
David? Should I define your own name, David? I'm going to ask you the question again, and I want to see if you have the ability to answer a question directly, or if you're going to continue to be a coward. So the question again, what evidence do you have to believe the indictment of the SPLC?
It doesn't matter what I believe.
David, holy shit.
We're not
Holy
feelings
shit,
or
David.
beliefs. It's
Holy
about
shit.
facts.
Stupidity must come in droves for you. Because the only reason to believe the indictment would be if there was an overwhelming amount of factual evidence. Which now you're saying, well, it's just about the facts. It doesn't matter what I believe, but it should be. So you're telling me you believe things not based on the evidence, David. Thank you. Can you tell me, David, what the evidence is that shows that the SPLC was funding these groups directly and not funding their informants?
Because it was the funds were directed to individuals associated with the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes,
not
because those
informants.
individuals were
Not
informants. Obviously,
People
those
that are
individuals,
associated. No leaders of the
obviously,
Ku
they
Klux
were
Klan.
associated because they were
Oh, my God.
informants. Do you know that when police pay informants, those payments show as being paid to people associated with gangs? Did you know that? You
No
probably
shit.
didn't. So I wonder why they show up as associated with gangs. Could it be that those people are informants on those gangs? Whoa. Holy shit. We're blowing this wide open. I guess every police department ever should be indicted, right? For paying informants with association to gang violence?
But the police don't ever get charged for it because it comes out after the fact. It doesn't. They're not funding money directly to criminals like the SPLC is.
Stupid. It's the only thing I can say, David. The only thing I can say is dumb. Stupid, dumb. Monkey brain is what is going on in your head. Maybe if I remove the amount of words I'm saying, that will help you understand. Informant, work for banana. Banana, pay to informant. Informant, not
Then why
group.
why do cops never get charges brought against them?
Because it's
like
not
the SPLC
illegal to pay informants, not for cops.
What facts do you have
not
that there was
for
informants?
Oh
What
my
facts do you have that it was
God, bro.
informants?
It's in the indictment,
Huh?
you fucking clown.
Huh?
It's in the
What,
indictment, you
princess?
fucking idiot. It's in the
Hey.
indictment, you stupid idiot. Jesus
No, it's
fucking
not.
Christ. Yes, it is.
No, it's
yes,
not.
it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes. Yes,
No.
it is. Oh my God.
Then if it was for informants, they wouldn't be charged with it.
I just love no as a fucking claim. No, it's not. No, you.
There would be no charges.
Incredible, David. Nuh-uh is the best argument you could come up with because it's the only
There would
argument
be
that
no
your fucking
charges
dumb
then.
brain could probably make up. It is probably the only argument that your brain can formulate at this time. Nuh-uh.
Then why is there charges?
Because the group that's charging them has a vendetta against the SPLC. They want to take them down. You can indict anyone for anything, David. You can indict damn near anyone. David, do you believe Donald Trump? Do you believe Donald Trump committed 34 felonies?
No.
Then why was he indicted?
Oh God, the people had a vendetta.
There you go, David. Thank you. Thank you for proving my point. You fucking
that's
joke.
100% sarcasm that I'm saying still.
Then why was he indicted, David? If you don't believe he actually did the thing that he has a felony for, 34 of them, why was he indicted? Work backwards and maybe your brain will be able to make a fucking thought.
Bro, you're getting so mad for no reason.
Nobody's mad, David. This is the most comedic shit I've ever heard. This is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to ask it again. You're avoiding the answer. Why was Donald Trump indicted if he didn't do it?
Well, there might have been some evidence pointing towards it, but I mean, anybody, yeah, exactly, anybody can.
But it's a remix.
That's funny.
You know, the indictment directly says that the SPLC paid informants, right?
But $3 million? Come on now.
You don't know how many informants they
There's
had?
the
Goofy.
Ku Klux Klan is
Goofy
not
idiot.
even relevant
Goofy,
nowadays.
stupid idiot. It's not
The
the
Ku Klux
Ku Klux Klan isn't the only group in the indictment. You didn't read it. Reading would
Okay,
have.
there's
You know
not that
what? You know
many.
what? God damn! We need to bring back Reading Rainbow because maybe then you would fucking have some semblance of a brain on you. Butterfly in the sky. You are a fucking idiot.
And you're fat.
Whoop-de-doo.
So,
David, I would rather be fat than stupid any day of the week. Every
You're
day of the
gonna-
week. Monday
you're gonna
through
die way
Sunday.
before me.
Monday through
You're gonna
Sunday,
die
I would
way
rather
before
be
me.
I would rather be you're gonna die because you're gonna forget to breathe one day, you fucking moron. At least I can put my pants on without mommy's help. At least I understand enough how to read a fucking indictment. But you don't, David. What you did was you went on the internet, you saw a headline, you got all pissy about it, and instead of, I don't know, clicking on the headline, you decided to call into a call-in show to prove to us that you didn't click on the headline. It's embarrassing. And the only thing you have in retort, you're not retorting the fact that you're stupid. You're not retorting the fact that you didn't read it. You're not retorting to the fact that you're a fucking clown. The only thing you have to come back with is, well, you're fat. Great. At least you can admit you're an idiot who didn't read the indictment before he called into a show to talk about it.
Yeah, I bet you I make more money than you.
Wah, wah. Still didn't respond to you being stupid. Still didn't respond to your lack of education. Still didn't respond to the fact that you didn't read the indictment. You just keep it. I make more money than you. I make more money though, but I make more money though. Do you know who responds to that in an argument? Stupid people respond like that in an argument.
Yeah, okay.
It's only the idiots that respond like that in the argument. I don't give a fuck how much money you make. I could care less how much money you make. It doesn't make you smart. You making a bunch of money don't make you a fucking genius, David. It just makes whoever's paying you stupider than you. That's all it does. David, and now you're pivoting to, and now I'm gonna pivot to trans people because all I think about in my brain 9 times out of 10 is trans dick because I can't handle the fact that I didn't read a goddamn indictment. Just admit it, David. Admit you didn't read shit. Just admit you didn't read the indictment, you joke of a human being. Just admit it. Admit you called into a show without reading the indictment, dude. Just admit it. Do it. Don't be a fucking pussy. Just admit it. God, you're such a coward. You are so fucking scared of just looking bad, but you don't realize that in trying to not look bad, you look worse. All you have to do is admit that you didn't read the indictment. That's it. That's all you got to do.
I read the indictment.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. And at this point, I'm making money now to remove you from the show. Enjoy your sad, miserable life, David. Goodbye. Shout out to Rylan. My God, dude. Fucking jokes. Shout out to also the people who paid to brew on YouTube. We were just waiting for that 20-minute mark. It was Bayleaf T. I don't know if W to you guys as well on YouTube. Embarrassing. My God. Giovanni needs to stop insulting and just skip the caller. It shows immaturity on the highest level. You know what also shows immaturity? Telling you you're a dumbass. Get off my channel. Goodbye. Fucking tell me what I can and can't do. See ya. Don't watch my videos anymore. I'm gonna go home and cry because on YouTube told me that not to insult people. I don't care that this caller was being racist. You shouldn't have been mean to them. Eat my fucking dick. My God, bro. It's just, dude, it's so annoying when you can tell someone didn't read. Fuck, bro. It's so annoying. And the fact that he never once denied he was stupid is crazy. All right. Let's take the next call. Coming up next is oh wait, I didn't even record. Coming up next is Maya. Maya is calling in to talk about the Christian God being evil. Maya, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Hi, I'm 19 and my pronouns are she, her.
Great. 19, she, her, calling in about topic number 3, the Christian God being evil. Fantastic. All right, Maya, I believe the Christian God is evil based on the actions the Christian God undertook in the Bible and the immense amount of suffering that he caused for no reason. Do you disagree? And if so, why?
Why do you think that he caused harm?
Because he did direct things that hurt people, and that would be causing harm.
He didn't do direct things. The people chose to do those things, and then that got them hurt.
God flooded the
Can I
entire
ask
earth.
which
That's
story you're referring to?
yeah.
when you
God
say
flooded
that?
the entire
Just
earth
give
and
me
killed
an example.
everybody except for like 9 people. That would be directly harming everybody on the planet.
And do you know why?
The why doesn't matter. He still killed them. He still harmed them. They
No,
still
it does
suffered.
matter.
Did they
Why
suffer
is
still?
because it was full of bad people.
Did they
The
suffer?
world was full of bad people.
So everybody, wait, just real quick, Maya. Did everyone who died in the flood, were everybody that died in the flood a bad person?
Yes.
How are
Otherwise,
babies
he
bad?
would've
How
put
are
them
babies
on.
bad people?
I wouldn't say bad people, but they sinned.
How do babies sin?
Babies, they're born into sin.
So it's
We're
okay
all
to kill
born
them
into
then.
sin.
So it's okay to
It's
kill
not
them.
okay to kill babies, but
Is drowning painful? Does it hurt to drown?
I'm sure.
Okay, so it hurts to drown. Drowning is painful, and these babies who didn't commit any sinful actions, who were born with the sin that God gave them that sin that they were born with, it's okay to
God did
drown
not
and
give
hurt
them.
them.
They,
God gave them the
God
sin.
didn't give them the sin.
God did. When he punished Adam and Eve, he punished everybody. And so everybody has that sin because of the punishment God instilled.
Yes, and then Jesus
So
Christ came and
this is
saved us.
before Jesus Christ. So prior to Christ, those babies were born with sin because of a punishment God doled out, an unfair punishment where he punished children for the crimes of their parents. And then because of this unfair punishment, he drowned all the babies. And they died horrible, painful, awful deaths because he wanted to hurt them.
He didn't want to hurt them.
He didn't want to hurt them. Then why do it?
No. Because there was sin, there was too much sin in the world. So
why didn't he not just send Jesus Christ in sooner? So there was too much sin in the world before.
There were people who needed to come before him.
And that plan was to drown babies. So he did want them to drown because he did not want to send Christ in at an earlier date.
You keep referring to babies. Babies.
Did babies not exist at the time of the flood? Was that just something humans couldn't do as we were just born as full humans?
No, they did.
Okay, so that's why I keep bringing up babies, because they existed. And your claim is that everybody who died in the flood was a bad person, except these babies weren't. They were babies. Babies have no concept of sin. Babies didn't do anything. But God still punished them in the way he punished the adults in their life, by drowning them in horrific deaths. That's not evil?
It's not evil. You don't understand. God is made, he's literally pure love. But love does not mean...
It's pure love to drown a baby? So if I go into If I go to my bathroom and I drown a baby tomorrow, I could just be like, well, I'm pure love. So that was a loving act.
No, because you're not pure love. You're
No,
not
but
pure love.
it is pure. Even drowning babies is still a form of pure love.
No.
So then God's not pure
God
love when he drowns
sent-
babies.
Those babies that you're referring to are now in God's kingdom. And they're in paradise.
So it's okay that they died horrible, painful deaths. So it's not,
It's not.
dying a painful death actually
Okay.
doesn't matter if you end up in the kingdom of
So-
heaven. So it's okay to just, we should just, knowing that life is suffering, and life is painful, and knowing that if a baby dies, it goes to heaven where it gets to enjoy paradise. What if I decided tomorrow I want to take on the sin and I kill every single baby on the planet because it means they'll all go to paradise? I'll take that sin and that burden, but I will have done a good thing here because I would have made it so that those babies never have to suffer. Instead, they're just in the kingdom of heaven for all eternity.
No.
So it is bad when babies die.
Well, duh.
So it's bad when
But-
God kills them.
No.
So it isn't
God
bad when
didn't
babies
go.
die. I'm just confused. I'm trying to make sense of the religious claims here.
Okay.
Did God do the flood?
Yes.
God commanded the waves?
But for good reasons.
God commanded the waves of the flood?
Yes.
Did God know that the babies that were going to be hit by the flood water, did he know they were going to drown?
He knows everything, yes.
Could he have made it so that none of those babies drowned?
I'm sure.
But he didn't,
No.
because he wanted them to drown.
He didn't. Oh my God.
If he didn't want them,
them to drown.
if he didn't want them to drown, why not make it so they couldn't drown?
I'm sure he did something.
What?
Okay.
They all died. What did he do?
Yeah, no, I know.
The book is pretty clear. Only Noah and his family survive.
Only Noah and his family survived, yes.
Every other baby, dead.
Yes.
So the only thing I can take from that is if he has the power to do something and doing that thing would have been good and he chooses not to do it, then he wanted to choose the action that was more harmful. We can talk about other things he did if you want to get off of the baby killing.
Sure.
Okay. Why did he have Moses slaughter all the Midianite babies? Oh, wait, sorry. God just really be killing them babies.
No.
No, he didn't have Moses slaughter all the Midianite babies?
He did. He
Oh.
What?
Yep, when God commands Moses to wipe out the Midianites are a society. There were babies in that society, and all those babies were wiped out as well. God commanded this. He wanted Moses to do this.
Yes.
So, like, he couldn't have said, Moses, wipe out everything except the babies?
I don't know.
You don't know if God had the ability to do
I don't know the story that you're referring to.
So
That's
it's in
why.
Numbers. It's in Numbers. God commands Moses to lead the Israelite armies to the Midianite people and slaughter them. Specifically, Moses says, leave alive nothing that breathes.
The suffering of flesh is irrelevant to God.
So God doesn't care that we suffer. It's irrelevant to him.
He
all
cares.
good being. No, you just said it's irrelevant. If something's irrelevant to me, then I don't care about it. That's what irrelevant means.
Yeah.
So an all good being does not care if his creation suffers?
What do you mean?
Well, God is supposed to be an all good being. Why
Yeah.
would an all good being not care about the suffering of something he created? I care if my kids suffer. Wouldn't you care if your kids suffer?
Yes.
But God doesn't. I'm genuinely asking, Maya.
Yeah.
Now, if we agree that God doesn't care about the suffering of his creations, wouldn't an evil being be the type that doesn't care if his creations suffer?
Yeah.
So don't we think God is evil?
I understand why it looks like. I understand why it looks this way from our perspective, but that assumes death in the end of the story. If God, okay,
I'm listening. Do you want to
I
move off?
apologize. I'm trying to.
Do you want to move off the baby killing and go to another thing God did?
Yes, please.
Okay. What about when he wiped out all the firstborn Egyptians, which would be including any of the firstborn babies that were currently there?
I don't know about that story.
It's the Exodus of the Hebrew people from Egypt. The final plague that God
Oh yeah.
punishes the Egyptians with is killing
Yeah.
all of their firstborns. Which seems weird that, again, God is punishing all of Egypt for the Pharaoh's doings, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you know that in the story, God tells Moses, hey, go talk to the Pharaoh, ask him to let your people
Mhm.
go, but I'm going to harden his heart so that he doesn't do it. So canonically, in the story of the Bible,
Mhm.
God punishes the Pharaoh in Egypt for something he made them
Mhm.
do.
For
Now,
something that the Pharaoh made them do.
no, something God made the Pharaoh do. God hardened the
Oh,
Pharaoh's heart.
yeah.
He made the Pharaoh do it.
Can't make the Pharaoh do it.
What does hardening someone's heart mean?
What do you mean?
I don't know how to say it anymore.
What does hardening someone's heart mean?
Well, specifically in this event, what it means
Mhm.
to harden someone's heart is that you're going to make them do something that they weren't going to do originally.
Yes.
So, if the Pharaoh would have let Moses and his people go, had God not hardened his
Mhm.
heart, then if he had let them go, the Egyptian firstborns would have been alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but God didn't. God hardened his heart and he didn't let them go. So God punished him for God removed his free will and then God punished him.
Mhm. Yeah.
Don't we think that's bad?
Yeah.
Okay. So God's evil.
No.
No, it's not evil to remove
Okay.
someone's free will and then punish them for making the decision you made them do.
He didn't remove.
I will harden his
They.
heart so he will not let your people go. That's a quote directly from the Bible.
Yes.
So, what would you call that?
1 second. I'm sorry. Somebody's at my door.
Do we think this is real? I think it's real, genuinely. But she ain't putting up much of a fight. Genuinely.
I'm back.
Cool. Are we still disagreeing that God is evil?
Yes.
And what's the reason?
God is not evil. He is pure love.
So it is loving to kill babies.
Not. Oh my God. We're back to the babies.
Sorry. It's loving to kill all of the firstborn Egyptian children. I got to keep it $1.50, Maya. That doesn't feel like love to me. Wouldn't a loving God want us all to prosper and to experience life full of joy and no sorrow?
Mhm.
Why doesn't he do that?
I don't know.
Why doesn't he just let it be that there's no sin in the world and we all get to experience a world of joy?
He didn't choose the sin. He wanted the world to be a sinless world, but because of the devil, Satan, that couldn't happen.
And who created Satan?
He was supposed to be an angel. He was an angel, but he
And
got too greedy.
Who created that angel?
God.
And when God created the angel, Lucifer, did he know he would become Satan and turn evil and introduce sin into the world?
Huh?
When God created the angel, Lucifer,
Mhm.
did he know that
Yes.
that angel would turn evil and introduce sin into the world?
I'm not sure.
So God doesn't know everything?
Yes, he does.
So then he would have known that Lucifer was going to turn evil and introduce sin into the world.
Yes.
But he still made him anyway?
He
Do you think it could be the case, Maya? This is a genuine question. Do you think it could be the case that maybe the Bible's not real?
It's real.
You don't think that it's possible that the Bible is lying and just making stuff up as it goes?
No, I don't.
So you believe that an all good being created the being that would introduce sin into the world and did nothing to stop it? That's harder for me to believe, you know.
Do you know who wrote the Bible?
All scripture is God breathed.
Can you tell me that?
Man did, but man wrote the Bible, but all scripture is God breathed. It's all
Yes.
God inspired. So are you
The
telling me the
Bible is written
Bible
by men.
Are you
The
telling me
Bible is written.
So you're telling me the Bible's inaccurate? It doesn't tell us the truth about what
Yeah.
God is or what he's done.
Can I tell you something, please?
Sure.
Okay. The Bible is written by men who had interactions with God or they some of the men were witnesses of, I'm trying to think of the words, I'm sorry. The Bible is written by men who were inspired by God, who have been through accounts.
So is the way the Bible depicts the events of God's rule over the universe accurate or not? Because if it is,
Yes.
then nothing we've talked about so far today has been wrong, because the Bible is an accurate book.
The Bible is not an inaccurate book.
Okay, then why did an all good being and an all loving being create sin?
He didn't create it.
He did.
The devil introduced it.
He created the devil knowing the devil would introduce sin. If I turn my oven to 700 degrees and I put cookies on a cookie sheet and I set a timer and say, I'm going to leave them in there for 30 minutes. If those cookies come out, can I say, well, I didn't burn the cookies, the oven did? No, because I knew that can I claim that the oven burnt the cookies, not me? When everything that I did to set up these cookies cooking was going to burn them. I knew how long they were going to be in there, and I knew that that would burn them. I knew what temperature I was setting the oven to. I knew that would burn them. God knew when he created Lucifer that he would turn evil.
Mm-hmm.
God knew he would introduce sin into the world. God knew this sin would lead to the suffering of his creation, and he still did it.
I don't know what else to tell you.
All right, well, Maya, it's definitely been a conversation. I would suggest checking out some other atheist worldviews, and maybe you can deconstruct
I'm
a
good.
little
Oh,
from.
thank you.
I mean, okay, if you want to keep living in the delusion, that's on you, not me. Have a
I'm
good one,
not
Maya.
delusional. Please don't. No.
You weren't able to answer any of the questions I asked you, except for
I'm
like,
not
I just
delusional.
believe it.
No, but
So I
then
don't know what to
you
tell you.
called me delusional.
You believe in all good being kills babies. I would say that's a bit more delusional than not believing
Can we
that.
stop talking about the babies, please?
I'll stop talking about it when God stops doing it. Catch you later, Maya. It could be the case that Maya has massive religious trauma. Yeah, sure could have been. But also, it's not my job to deprogram that from her. I offered her other resources. She went, no, I'm good. I don't want those. Then fine, live in the delusion. Like what? What do you want me to do? Should I have babied her? No thanks. I'll read all the super chats in a second. We got 2 more calls to knock out, and then we'll be good to go. Coming up next is Jacob. Jacob also wants to talk about God being evil. Jacob, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Oh yeah, I'm 24 and it's he him.
Great. Now, Jacob, I believe the Christian God is evil based upon the actions he has committed per the Bible. Do you disagree? And if so, why?
So I think my point boils down to basically he's the creator of everything. In order to judge his morality, you would have to be above him. That's kind of my initial point. What do you think about that?
Why would I not be able to judge a being just because they created me? That seems sort of reductive, right?
I'm saying, how would you have a greater morality than God to be able to judge
I'm basing
his
it on
morality?
his own moral system. God tells me that
Wait, say
it's
it again?
evil to do. I'm basing it on his own moral system. God tells me doing these things are evil. So when he does them, they're also evil. Right? Just like if the government told me doing this is illegal, if the government did it, I would hope the people of the government that did would also be put in jail. You know?
Yeah, I think it depends. It
what?
depends on what the case is. I mean, it depends on what the situation is. I know you mentioned like Noah's flood, for example, when you're talking with her. I'd say that the case for that would be when it comes to what is it called? The angels basically procreating with humans, corrupting the human race, and they had already prophesied that there was going to be a great judgment on everyone 150 years before in like Genesis 6. So it gave people plenty of time, and then Noah was building the ark for decades, warning people that judgment would come, but no one took his heed or warning when they could have gone on the ark. So I think there's plenty of warning ahead of time. People knew what was going to happen, and he was trying to save the human race, or at least save the human bloodline.
So how did the babies who drowned get warning?
Well, I mean, they're part of the other families that were going to die. They were a necessary casualty. You can't necessarily save every single baby.
Did he save any babies?
No, I don't think he saved any babies necessarily during Noah's flood, unless any of them were.
So it was necessary that God kill all of those babies. There's no way he could have done the flood and spared the babies who had not sinned yet.
I believe that's probably the case. Like I said, what are they called? The Nephilim, with angels procreating with humans. There was a ton of large, giant.
Remind me again. Who made angels and humans sexually compatible?
God did.
So God created angels in a way that would allow them to have intercourse with humans, knowing eventually he would get mad at this and punish everybody.
Yes, it just comes down to the free will argument. Why would God create puppets?
Wait. This isn't free will. God could have just made it so that our anatomies don't line up. I can't fuck a tree.
No, yes, but that
doesn't mean I don't have free will.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's related to that argument when it comes to, he could have just made them not procreate with each other, but he gave them the option that they could, in the whole free will case.
So do I not have free will because I... Wait. Do I not have free will because I can't fuck a tree?
No, no, it's like I was saying. He gave them that ability. Well, the tree isn't a conscious living being that can make decisions.
Okay, do I have... Wait. So then do I not have free will because I can't fuck an ant?
No, I'm saying... No, you couldn't... I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could. I don't know. Maybe you could try.
So you're saying that if God had... If God had made it so that angels and humans couldn't fuck, then free will wouldn't have existed?
No, my argument. I'm just saying that he did, and they had the option to or not to.
So again, I'm saying he created them with the ability to fuck humans. He knew when he created them that they would fuck humans. He knew when he created them that he would be upset that they fucked humans. But he still made them able to fuck humans.
Yes, because it comes into the free will that he gave them the ability to do it, but that doesn't mean that you should do it.
Let's say I don't like
Same thing with he gave them.
Imagine that basements,
You don't like one.
as a room in the house, I don't like them. Now I'm building my home. Let's say I put a basement in my home, should I now get mad that there's a basement in my home and flood my entire house if I put the basement there?
No, I guess it's related to the argument.
No, because why would I get mad at something I put there? Like, you did it. If God really didn't want this to happen, he could have just made angels have nothing down there. Then they're not fucking people.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. I'm saying it's the same thing as the free will argument. If God didn't want people to sin, then just take away all reasoning and make people only do good.
It's interesting.
Or make everything only good.
You're saying the only way we could exist as a group who doesn't sin would be without free will.
I guess God could find another way. I don't think
he?
it necessarily has to be without free will. But it would have to be a different set of choices that are only good.
So why didn't he do that?
I know, because that's more of a puppeteer than actually letting people... it's still puppeteering either way. He's God.
Is it?
But it would be more of puppeteering and forcing.
Let me ask you a question. Is there sin in heaven?
No, I wouldn't say so. Because,
so are we
everything's
puppets
perfect in heaven. It's
are
the
we
reward.
Puppets in heaven? Are we puppets there? If there is no sin, which means we
that
don't have
is
access
a good argument. I will say that.
We don't have access to every choice, so that must mean free will doesn't exist in heaven.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know technically. I would have to do research on that. I would assume there'd be some sort of choice in heaven, as angels do have choices, such as Satan, choosing to rebel against God, and obviously they reside in heaven. So I don't know necessarily. I'm not educated enough to to say exactly, But that is a
Well,
good point. I will definitely do research
Yeah,
on that.
only one of two things can happen. Either there is sin in heaven, in which case, how is it heaven? Or there is no sin in heaven, in which case, we don't have free will because there's things that we can't do.
I mean, I guess I don't know if I'd say I don't know if it's blasphemous. I wouldn't say there might be sin. I don't know. There might be. I don't know. I'm not educated enough. Might be sin in heaven since, the angels are technically able to sin. But I don't know that answer. And yes, you're right that people, it seems that, at least in the scriptures, that people, when they go to heaven, don't have the capacity to sin because their mind are only focused on good things, which would be a form of, the puppeteering, which I was saying. But I'm trying to think of it more as a reward for using your free will in such a way that gives you that heaven.
Let me ask you a different question. What's more important? The free will of somebody who's going to commit immense amounts of harm, or the safety of the person being harmed? I can walk you through a hypothetical if you'd like.
Sure, go ahead.
Great. Let's say you're walking through an alley. Let's it's no God or anything yet. It's just you walking through an alley. And you come to that alleyway and you see a woman about to be sexually assaulted. Now, let's say beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you can stop that sexual assault with no injury to you and no injury to the woman. Right? You would stop it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Of course you would. And you would say it's a good thing that you stop it, right? Like it's good that you did.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%, right? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Why doesn't God?
I'm I'm saying it still kind of comes back to just the free will that he gave humans to do those kind of things. If he doesn't allow humans to do what they want.
Well, hold on. So what you're telling me is God thinks the free will of the rapist is more important than the person getting raped. Let's say it's you in that alley again, right? Would it be?
Let's say it would have to be a yes. It would have to be a yes. I can't wiggle around it. There would have to be a yes that the free will is more important because you have to be able to make decisions and choose God.
Sure. Let me just ask you this. Let's say you now can stop that rape, but to do so, you have to mind control the rapist and walk him into prison, thus removing his free will entirely. Would it be good for you to do that?
I mean, yes, but yes, I know what your point is.
Well, yes. But why is it not good for God to do that?
Because he wants people to keep their free will.
So you want me to believe that that's all good God prioritizes the free will of rapists over the safety of people that get raped?
Because the whole part of the free will is to give humans the ability to choose God on their own. And whether or not that, if you take away people's free will, it's, like I was saying, more of a puppeteering, just be like, oh, everything's hunky-dory. And you can't have
Jacob,
joy.
What you've told me is it's okay, though, to do this in some instances. Has God ever taken away a human's free will before?
Yeah, you were saying I don't know about Pharaoh. I was looking into that. I don't know for sure. He might have, because he didn't say that his heart was hardened until the sixth, whatever.
I agree. I agree that Pharaoh hardened his own heart like 5 times first. I agree with you. I agree with that. But God still interfered on the final time. Per the Bible, the only interpretation you can get is the final time the Pharaoh would have let them go. But God didn't want him to let him go on the final time because he wanted one more punishment. So because of this,
because
God
I think it was
affected his
it was
free
more
will.
of an eye for an. Oh, sorry. Say it again.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I think it was more of an eye for an eye situation because the Pharaoh did put to death all the Hebrew babies that were born, and then God killed all the firstborn babies in Egypt. I think it was more of a divine punishment for the Egyptians.
But God already had punished them with other plagues. This wasn't the first plague.
Yeah.
This was the most
Well, I mean,
damaging one.
wait, which one was that the blood, the Nile of blood? Was that one?
There was the Nile blood. There was
I'm
the
sorry.
locusts. There were the frogs.
Yeah.
This wasn't the first plague.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they were
God,
rough. Yeah, they were rough.
so God, the Hebrew people could have gone free, but instead God wanted Pharaoh to keep them. He wanted Pharaoh to keep them slaves so that he could kill all of the first Egyptians.
I say maybe. So, you know, as I said, like divine retribution for killing all the Hebrew babies. Might be.
So then I just don't understand how he can be all good. Wouldn't an all good God want want outcomes with the least amount of harm brought to his creations as possible?
Yeah, you. Well, it still comes. I mean, technically, I guess I wouldn't say that was entirely. That wasn't free will, I guess, since he was doing it himself. No, it's a good question. I just think it was more of a divine.
If God is willing to take away the Pharaoh's free will, what's wrong with taking away the free will of rapists? You know.
You're right. I think it was just more of a. Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna say you're not. I mean, I don't think that God should be totally intervening himself in everyone's lives. But I think when it comes to the Old Testament and the Israelites, I think God was just doing everything to the benefit of the Hebrew people. And so, you know, whether it's the Amalekites, well, the Amalekites did stuff first, same thing as the Midianites. But still, I think he did everything.
All good God doesn't care about harming anyone except his chosen people. That doesn't seem like an all good God. That seems like a targeted good God. I'm only good to some people, the rest I hate.
So there is this though. In the New Testament, when Jesus dies on the cross, he goes into what's it called, like purgatory, where everyone went before there was a designated heaven or hell spot, and Jesus preached to everyone in purgatory.
Jacob, I'm actually really glad I'm really glad you bring that up. Actually, I'm genuinely really glad you bring that up, because something that's been confusing me is why did God need a blood sacrifice to end? Why did God need a blood sacrifice to forgive us?
Well, I think it was prophetic in the Old Testament with the Hebrews. They sacrificed the lambs and spread the blood of the lambs on the people to forgive sins as sacrifice. I think it was just kind of prophesied like that. That's just the way he decided to do it.
Why would an all good God require sacrifice? When
he
all
really
he
enjoyed
needs
animal
to do,
sacrifice.
No. Why did he require human sacrifice? Jesus was a person.
Well, because he was the ultimate sacrifice. I mean, that's the only person. Being a totally sinless person was the only way that you could take on the sins of other people.
Yeah, so I don't think you're understanding what I'm asking. Why did the all good God require the sacrifice of human? Why did he require the sacrifice of a human when he could have just forgiven us? It actually would have been easier for him to just forgive us. Actually, sending Jesus was the more difficult option.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I see what you're saying.
Can it be considered the ultimate sacrifice if Jesus rose from the dead? What did he actually sacrifice? He didn't actually die.
Well, it's because his human body died, and then his spiritual, body kind of came from that.
Yeah, but if it's the case that it's us being spiritual is a better form, what was sacrificed? He actually just leveled up. He digivolved, really.
Yeah. Super Saiyan 2. No, I see what you're saying. I mean, yes, God could have done things in different ways, but that just wasn't. I can't tell you exactly why. Obviously, that just wasn't according to his plan. I don't have a great explanation. Yes, I mean, it was just the only way I can say the reason he did sacrifice a human is because it was prophesied in Isaiah and other things like that, and he was just gonna do it.
Yeah, I just don't know that that's compelling enough for me, friend.
In what way? Just that,
I don't. It just seems like we're giving God a pass on anything we would consistently say. If me or you did it, we would be evil. We're just giving God a pass. We're going like, well, he can do it though. It's okay that God does it,
Yeah.
right?
No, I mean, no, I mean, I see what you're saying. But I mean, the Old Testament. I think the Old Testament obviously is the best. I feel like it's really hard to look at the New Testament unless you're talking about some of the slave laws, which I mean, Paul kind of abolished. But I know the Old Testament is kind of
I do hate to break it to you. I do hate to break it to you. There's zero abolition of the slave laws in the New Testament. Paul actually tells slaves that they have to obey their earthly masters.
Yes, and then he he says that there's neither slave nor free in Jesus, and then he sends a slave back to his master after he ran away, saying that he was a free man now because he was.
So let me explain it to you. One, there's neither slave nor free. It's just a declaration of what happens when we're in heaven, that we're all equal in heaven. But he also says there's neither male nor female, and I don't think you believe Paul was a gender abolitionist, right? Obviously, he's still saying there are slaves and masters on earth. There's just none when we get to the kingdom of heaven. Secondly, yes, he does free, I think it was Philemon, whatever his name was. He does get one slave free.
Yeah.
But it's only that one slave because he became friends with that slave. He makes no declaration of anybody else to free any other slave. There's just one slave that he's friends with.
No, I get it. I know there's some other arguments for that point. I just don't have them right now. I mean, I'll grant you that. I can't really say exactly why you're wrong, so I'll grant you that. I don't know exactly. I don't believe that that Jesus and Paul and the disciples were all, gung ho about slavery. But I'll say that it wasn't specifically abolished. There was no statement saying slavery's gone.
Yeah, there's never. I just also don't know why an all good being allowed for slavery, but that's about the time we have, Jacob. So
Okay.
Fun.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for talking to me. I enjoyed talking to you.
Sure thing. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
It's always the same with the Lord. I'm going to do evil things, and when someone questions me, I'm just going to say, well, you couldn't understand me anyway. You wouldn't understand why I do the evil things I do. So why are you even asking? Just come off it. You wouldn't understand, guys. You wouldn't understand. Final call, then we'll read super chats. Coming up next is Nicholas. Nicholas is also calling about topic number 3, the Christian God being evil. Nicholas, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm 24, and I'm a he.
Okay. Well, my program is frozen, so everyone just remember Nicholas is 24 and pronouns are he, him. All right, Nicholas. Again, I think the Christian God is evil because he does things in the Bible that we'd call evil if any human did them. Do you disagree? And if so, why?
I do disagree, and I kind of get with what Jacob's saying. It's that I would just want to ask what is your definition of evil? I guess that's been my number, because I've been listening to the past 2 people, and I just want to hear your definition of what is evil and what is good, and how could you deter that if you don't have a God to have your morals? It's kind of like objective versus subjective, I guess.
Well, just to clarify one thing, the Christian God, like a moral view based around Christian worldview would also be subjective. But I would just say evil is an unjustified causing or permitting of severe harm to innocent beings, especially when you have the power to prevent that. So I would say that's evil.
Okay. So could you show me some examples? Do you want to talk about the flood? We could talk about slavery, whatever you want to talk about. Which point do you want to?
I would just say, if you listen to the last call, we can talk about any of the things that were already brought up. But yeah, I would say that doing the flood was an unjustified cause of severe harm to innocent beings. I like to talk about the babies specifically. When he had the power to prevent those babies from experiencing that severe harm.
Okay, so what do you think the explanation of why God did the flood, though?
I don't think there is a world where I can think of an explanation where drowning babies would be justified. So whatever his explanation he gives, whatever explanation God gives, cool, but I can't think of one where drowning those babies is a justified action.
Well, I think it is somewhat like God created us, and He's our Father, and He has every right to tell us what He does to us. If we can see in the book of Genesis, He says in 6:11, now the earth was corrupt in God's sight. The earth was filled with violence, and God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted their way on earth. God said to Noah, I have determined to make all end of all flesh. Right? So God saw that the human race or humans have become corrupted, and He did give the people 100. It was not 130, it was 120 years to get straight. Right? God said, hey, you guys need to stop your stuff. Or I'm going to punish you. And that's just like a typical father. I would say, like, I don't know if you have kids, but I have kids. But, after a while, if I told my son that, hey, you need to stop whatever you're doing, and I told you to stop, there's going to be consequences. And
So then let me ask you a question. Nicholas, just real quick, let me ask you a clarifying question to that. If your child is a baby under the age of let's say under the age of 6 months old, and you keep telling your child to stop, let's say your child keeps grabbing something on the counter, and you tell your child over and over again to stop, is it then justified for you to drown them?
But why did He drown them, though?
He didn't drown the babies.
Why did God?
God did not drown the babies because of anything the babies did. He drowned the babies based on stuff other people did. So let me reverse it. Let's say you have a baby and you have a 10-year-old child, and the 10-year-old keeps knocking the cup off the ground, like knocking the cup off the counter. In order to punish the 10-year-old, is it justified to drown the baby?
I don't like to appeal to like fallacy. So like, could we give use real life?
What fallacy am I appealing to?
You cling on to the children, I guess. I don't know.
Were there babies that died in the flood?
Yeah, but that's because they grew up in this sinful world.
So they're punished just because they were born into a world of sin.
Yes.
Who created the world of sin?
God did, and that's because of Adam and Eve.
So He punished them because of... Wait. He punished them because of a world He created.
Sure. But so let me ask you a question then, what is your explanation of why, my explanation of why we feel all these things and why people sin is because of Adam and Eve, right? Because they took the apple.
Why did Adam and Eve take the apple?
Because of the serpent.
Why was the serpent in the garden?
Because God created him. And it was more of like a test. I would say
God created a test. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Before Adam and Eve were created, thousands of years before, did God know they would fail the test?
I don't believe that there was a time period when God, 1,000 years. I think there was.
There was, because God didn't
on the
create.
first day.
Wait, there absolutely was. The Bible states that a day for God is 1,000 years. The Bible does not state that Adam and Eve are created on the first day. So there were thousands of years before Adam and Eve were created, or time passed.
Let me look this up.
Adam and Eve are created on day 6. He created humans.
Okay.
So that means 6,000 years passed from the creation of the universe to Adam and Eve. Within that 6,000 year time span, did God know that Adam and Eve would fail the test?
Wait, hold up. Where do you get the prescriptive of 1,000 years?
New Testament.
Well, I thought we're talking about the Old Testament, because the Hebrew
are they different gods?
in the Bible? I would say Jesus. I believe in the Trinity.
So what happened was that Jesus came and all of a sudden God's days changed? Or was it just in the New Testament, it's just a clarifying something from the Old Testament?
What's the Hebrew word for day?
There's a few. What does that matter if we're talking New Testament?
It's yom. It's primarily defined as the literal 24-hour period. So I don't know where you're getting 1,000 years.
Okay. So then that means, so you're saying that a day in the Old Testament, the Hebrew for day, that 24-hour period for God would have just been a day. It's not actually that 1,000 years.
Yes.
So then God lied to Adam and Eve. So they failed a test that He lied about.
No, I don't get where you're coming with 1,000 years.
God, no.
Was that like the verse?
Sure. Let's say I'm wrong about the 1,000 years. Absolutely. Let's say I'm wrong about that. That means God lied to Adam and Eve. And I thought God was all good. Can an all good being lie? Adam
No,
and Eve failed a
I
test
don't-
that they
I
were
don't
lied to about?
Well, no, it's more about temptations.
No,
You
but
know,
he lied to them. So the serpent told them that God lied to them, and you can eat the fruit. And you're telling me that that is true. The serpent was just pointing out to them that God lied to them. God says to Adam and Eve, God says to Adam and Eve, you cannot eat the fruit from this tree, for on the day that you eat it, you will die. The serpent comes in and says, no, that's not true. You will not die if you eat from this tree. They then eat from the tree, and they don't die. So God lied. The serpent was the only person telling the truth in this equation.
No.
But they didn't die.
Define death.
I mean, the same way anyone would define death?
I mean, hold on. Let me look this. What is it? Genesis.
I mean, how would you define death? I define death as being dead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So okay, perfect. Yeah. So I don't think I think it's more about like a spiritual death. That when God says that you're going to die, because God created the perfect world, and then that's how we get the original sin. Yeah, they immediately felt ashamed and hid from God as punishment. They were expelled from Eden. Physical death entered their lives, and humanity faced morality, pain, and sorrow.
So you're claiming.
So they didn't.
You're claiming that God didn't mean die. He just meant you will suffer.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. And why would they suffer?
Because they ate. They gave in to the temptations when the serpent was saying, "Hey, if you eat this apple, why is it not fair that you're not like God?" And Eve was like, "Oh, well, I'm going to eat the apple," and then then Adam took a bite, and then they were given the original sin.
Mm-hmm. So, is it a sin to disobey God?
Yeah, because they didn't drop dead within like 24 hours. They became mortal, and their bodies began to age, eventually dying later.
And then let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you. I want to ask you a follow-up question to that. So it's a sin to disobey God.
Sure.
Is it evil to commit sin?
Like, define evil.
I've already defined it to you in this conversation.
No.
It's not evil to commit sin.
No, I don't.
No.
We all sin.
Hold on, are you driving?
You're sinning now. No.
Why do I hear driving noises?
I'm outside right now.
Okay, just making sure. So it's not evil to commit sin. So is it evil to disobey God?
Give me is it evil to disobey God? No, because God gives us free will.
So wait. It's not evil to disobey God. So then what would be wrong with disobeying him?
What is wrong with disobeying him? You get eternal, you get to go to hell.
Why would I go to hell if it's not wrong, if it's not evil?
Because if you turn away from God and you reject God, you're going to go to hell.
But it's not wrong. It's not evil to do so. If it's not wrong to do it, why am I being punished for doing it?
Like, what are you saying? I don't think I understand what are you saying?
If it's not wrong to do something, why would I be punished for doing it?
Like, it is wrong to sin, but I don't necessarily think it's evil. I don't get what you're.
What do you consider evil? What do you consider evil?
I would consider example would be like Benjamin Netanyahu. That's evil.
Well, not an example. Like what? Like tell me what evil means. Like what does God view evil as? If God is a good being and if he represents goodness, wouldn't doing anything against him be considered evil?
Mm, okay, so I would say that like the best. I'm looking at my notes right now. My bad. I'm trying to. I would say that the best definition of evil is a departure or the corruption of God's good intentions and design.
So like eating the fruit from the tree?
Sure.
Okay, so we agree eating the fruit of the tree was an evil action. Because
I
it
would
was
say,
a
yeah. Okay, sure,
departure
yeah.
of God's design.
Yes.
Okay. Second follow-up question to that. How could Adam and Eve know that it was evil if they didn't have the knowledge of good and evil that the tree provided them?
Because God told them not to do it, and they still did it.
How would they know it was wrong if the tree that had the knowledge of it being wrong, they had not eaten from yet? They had no knowledge of good and evil. If a baby does something bad, did the baby do it bad because it was evil or because the baby just doesn't know any better? Adam and Eve would be babies in this scenario. They have no concept in their head of all that happened is they were given information and the snake updated their frame of reference on information. Just like if I tell my kid, hey, don't eat this cookie, and another adult comes along while I'm out of the room, I'm like, well, you can eat that cookie. I know your dad said not to, but you can eat it now. All they're doing is they're taking another voice of authority around them and they're being updated information.
Yeah, but that's still disobeying your words. And would you not punish your child? Like, hey, I told you not.
No,
to
I
eat
wouldn't
that
punish.
cookie.
No, I would punish the adult that lied to them.
Why not the child?
Because they're a child.
Yeah, but okay. So the example you gave earlier about like the 10-year-old.
What?
Your 10-year-old knows. The example I'm going to use is
Yes,
like the
because
10-year-old that you
but
gave
my
me earlier.
10-year-old has a concept of good and evil. My 1-year-old doesn't.
Sure.
So why would I punish the 1-year-old? They don't have a concept of good and evil. My 10-year-old has that concept, so sure.
Yeah,
The
but that's
1-year-old
where
sure
you have to teach. You have to teach them now.
Yes, but
So I would say that
punishment isn't a teaching tool. Punishment doesn't teach anything. If God wanted to teach them, why not talk to them?
I mean, I don't think like beating your 1-year-old child is like a good thing, but taking away something or maybe like having a stern talking to them saying, hey, I told you no, this is wrong, and so they can figure it out. Because God does tell that. God did tell Adam and Eve, hey, eating from the tree is wrong. And they still did it because they were, I would say that, because they were tempted by the serpent because they wanted the power of God.
God doesn't have a conversation with them. He gives them one chance. He stacks the test against them, and then when they fail, he punishes them for thousands upon thousands of years. Not just them, but their entire lineage after that. All of their incest babies also get punished.
Well, we also still get punished today too.
Yes.
So I don't think it's like the.
So he didn't just punish them. He punished every single person around them and related to them. That's not just. That's cruelty.
I think that is just. I don't think it's cruelty at all.
So if you did something bad, would it be just for me to then imprison every child and child of your child for all of eternity?
I don't think that's like the same as what we're talking about.
It is quite literally exactly the same, except God does things worse than just imprisoning us. He fucks with us in a bunch of other ways, like killing all of us in a flood.
Well, do you think God felt any when we're going to go spin back to the flood? Do you think God felt any sadness of doing it?
No.
Okay, so are you able to pull up a Bible? Like, are you able to look up a verse?
What?
I said, are you able to pull up a verse for me and read it out loud to the chat?
I don't really care if the Bible says he cares. I don't think he actually cares. I don't think a being that lives outside of space and time and has all knowledge of all things at all abilities of the day can ever care about us. That's like, no, I don't think that being could ever actually care about us.
I think
Just like I don't care about ants.
You don't care about ants?
Yes, the same way God wouldn't care about us, I don't care about ants.
I think God does care about it, and He cares about you. Jesus loves you.
I think it's impossible for a being like that to truly care about other beings in that are other beings in the limited universe.
Hmm.
Do you care when you wash your hands? Do you care that you're killing? Like, let's say you take some Dawn dish soap. Do you care that you're killing 99% of germs? Those are living beings. Do you care that you're killing all of those?
Well, germs. I would counter that germs. Like, I mean, I do believe in the germ theory, but germs is a theory. So I wouldn't say
What?
that.
I
said
germs
the germ.
What is?
Germs is a theory. It's not like it's. So I don't think that can correlate with anything. But I mean, I do believe this. I do believe in germs. But
what do you think the word theory means?
Something that is testable, and I think is like backed by evidence.
Okay, so germs are real. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I said.
Okay,
I did
so
say
then
that I
you
believe in germs.
recognize
I'm
that
just
you
saying
are
that there's a theory.
killing thousands upon millions of germs when you wash your hands, right?
Sure.
You don't care about those, right?
I mean, I would say that whenever I go to confession and I repent, I guess that, when I say that I've sinned, I guess I do care. Yeah. I've never been asked that question.
My G, you don't repent in the confessional that you washed your hands. Let's be honest here.
No, I'm talking about when I go to confession. Yeah, I do repent.
You don't repent for washing your hands. Let's be honest here.
I would say that I've sinned. I guess I've never thought about germs being.
They're living beings.
I've never.
All I'm trying to point out to you
new-
is your relation to germs would be like God's relation to us. The universe is billions of light years long. God exists outside of time, according to Christian theology. He exists in all times, at all places, at all things. He exists in the infinite cosmos. What the fuck would he give a shit about us? Oh, he hung up. Okay, Nicholas. Well, we tried. Let's do our super chats, and then that's our show for today.
Oops. Oh. What the fuck? Gang gang! Motherfucker gang gang! Trying to pull up voice mod.
Alright, skip that. Okay, here we go. This is your voice. Let's do super chats. First things first, letting off at the moon. From Natalie Mama. Said Jovan, confirmed and hater. True. Thank you for the super chat. Flush Chandler with the $10 super chat. You say you can't fuck a tree. I say you can do anything if you believe in yourself. Holy shit. Balthazar with the $10 super chat. The delusionists trying to revive Maligula were more coherent and cognizant and psychonauts too. I don't get the reference, but I get the reference. One more skateboarder I said we consider making a God is evil t-shirt. Bold God is evil in front or on front and Bible reference chapters on back like bands toward days. I'm not opposed to that idea. You guys buy them. Fiona, name of the super chat. Say it in memoriam of Maya. That was crazy. Godzilla God King said, nah, that's disrespectful. You used a cooking analogy on purpose. Stop this in the name of God. The power of my dollars compels you. My God. Godzilla God King also said, I have more mercy than God in you, Joanne. Let Maya people go. That's crazy. Billy Sykes with the $200 super chat. Good Lord, she's young and ignorant, but this level of unthinking makes me seriously more concerned for our education system, and I was already very concerned to begin with. Billy Sykes coming in with the, we should start calling you Billy Snipes with them super chats. Godzilla God King also said, stop, she's already dead. True. And Knight said he read the indictment like I read the Trump Bible. True. Choi said, bet David likes the trans comment you said. Yeah, I think David liked the llama buttons. Joshua Everett, thank you for Super Chat, said Reading Rainbow has come back with Michael Threet in the host chair, so then I don't want it. Ryland Rise said, so glad there are individuals like you who can debate / deal with what appears to me to be willful ignorance on numerous topics with minimal to zero factual evidence. Why do people choose to debate based on their feelings? Because they're idiots. Bayleaf T said David sucks. Too bad he can't read this. Wait, Roy, fine. Duty Incurred said it's very bold of you to assume that David can read. True. A Pageant said David is proof that you can start speaking before you know what to say. So true. Aria the Magi said, Patrick, do you have to worry about being beaten by MAGA idiot like yourself? Do you have to go through daily harassment from idiots like yourself? Or I go through this if this was harmful? Yeah. A Pageant said, Patrick sources, trust me, girl. True. Also said, poor Patrick, she is so confused. True. Armed Fro said the tone in his voice when he said black. Yo, deadass, you heard it too? Quantum Chaos said, did anyone mention yet that Bad did a... Oh, yeah, we talked about Bad and his fucking cat just fell on him. That's all our super chats. Let me quickly read our Venmos and Cash Apps, and then I'll let you guys go. That will be the end of stream today until I'm on later with Jimmy at 7. Let me peep it. What do we got? Megan Evening, Venmo's side of Jacob says Jesus' physical body died, but the spirit is what was resurrected. Can he also explain the whole stone was rolled away, and he is not here stuff in this Bible? True. Beats, thank you for the $50 Venmo said for the labor of dealing with white nonsense again today. Thank you so much, Beat. Slandering Mind said, cause the master race with their primarily recessive traits can't even process their basic feelings without trying to externalize harm to others. True. Kendra said for dealing with slurs today. Thank you, Kendra. And finally, Eliza sent a cash app, said what a Friday. And Richard sent a cash app that said, tip for the Christian slaughter session. Hey, thank you guys for your,
Thank you for the tips. Thank you for the cash apps. That is stream for today. You guys go be good. I'll see y'all later for the stream with Jimmy. Until then, have fun, stay frosty, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye. I didn't end the stream.